I can. Well, how about right now? Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new season of D&D.
Reskinned.
I can. Sure. Well, how about right now?
Oh no.
Hello, everybody.
What's wrong?
And welcome to a brand.
I had double sound. I found it. I figured it out. I have fixed it.
Hell yeah. Well, it would be insane if we started a new show without any technical difficulties within the first 2 seconds.
Truth.
So now that we've gotten that out of the way, it's like how I say you got to get all the bad rolls out immediately, right? You got to get all the technical issues out of the way first. So we are beginning a new journey in the world of D&D. I'm joined, of course, by these lovely faces that you should know and love by now. Of course, you guys know Doxy and Aaron and Dan and Eric. The gang's all here. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Hanging in there.
Sick. Well, since we're all doing fantastic, I guess now is as...
I said I'm hanging in there.
So since we're all doing fantastic, now is a good time as any, I suppose, to get this new game started with a bang? Question mark? Yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be a really fun season. Are you guys all ready?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Probably.
All right. Well, then without further ado, let's get into it. So, as our tale begins, we see before us a small Midwestern town nestled between 3 large mountains. As we move along the vast highway into the town itself, there's an old wooden sign which reads Everton Valley. The year is 1992, and the town of Everton is in a state of evacuation. We see cars clogging the one main road out of town, and thick black smoke can be seen billowing in the distance. In the driveway of a mid-sized suburban home, a large, dark-haired man quickly packs supplies and precious belongings into the back of a tan Ford Windstar van. Well, that's weird.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I accidentally muted you instead of myself while I was doing
So you can
typing
only
stuff.
hear Mallory, who is muted right now.
Yep. They can hear you. I'm
Sick.
sorry.
Well, you two, I guess you're going to hear the entire intro to this campaign for a second time. So buckle up. I'll put a timestamp on a comment or something so you can skip it. Sorry about that. All right. I also apologize to you guys in the Zoom call because you're going to just have to hear this again. You can call me out if I mispronounce anything or change any details. I just
My
changed-
continuity.
Her
I
name
just
is
changed-
Missy, not Sasha.
I just changed the entire campaign.
You did mispronounce sorry, but otherwise you're golden.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So let's do that one more time from the top. All right. All right, you guys ready to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, let's get into it. As our tale begins, we see a mid-sized Midwestern town nestled between three large mountains. As we move along the highway into the town itself, we see an old wooden sign which reads Everton Valley. The year is 1992, and the town of Everton is in a state of evacuation. Cars clog the one main road out of town, and thick black smoke can be seen billowing in the distance. The driveway of a mid-sized suburban home, we see a large, dark-haired, burly man who's quickly passing supplies and precious belongings into the back of a tan Ford Windstar family van. Quickly, get her into the car. I have one last thing to grab and then we're getting out of here, he says to a blonde woman in the doorway of the nearby house. Inside, the woman picks up her daughter and starts to take her to the vehicle. Come now, Sasha. We have to go, she says. Little girl is crying as her mother places her in the car. But I can't find Dolly. She'll be scared without me. Shh, it's all right. Mama will make you a new Dolly, okay? But we have to go. The man slams the front door as he rapidly makes his way towards the van and says, "We're leaving. Let's go." He gets in, starts the vehicle. They pull out of the driveway, smoke billowing in the distance. On the radio can be heard the voice of Everton's favorite news correspondent, Chip Brannigan, who chimes in on the broadcast and says, "Once again, authorities are urging all residents to evacuate. We still don't know what caused the explosion and ensuing fire at Doltech, but there are unconfirmed reports that a computer virus was involved. Could this be one of these cyber terrorist attacks we've heard so much of? Perhaps a warning sign of Y2K. Regardless," the news broadcast is flicked off. And we pan away from the van as it moves with the masses out of Everton Valley. Eventually, not a single human soul remains. The town destined to be consumed mostly by flames. 30 years go by. The sleepy town of Everton Valley is never repopulated. Doltech was the only thing keeping anyone employed, and now that they're gone, it's become a ghost town, mostly. Joybox is Everton Valley's premier toy store, or what's left of it, stands as one of the most monumental buildings to survive the Great Fire. Maybe it was luck, maybe it was all the chemicals and the cheap, crappy paint they used to coat the walls, but whatever the reason, the structure is the premier hub of civilization in our story. Inside the 3.5 remaining walls of Joybox, we see a thriving metropolis populated by toys, action figures, dolls, board games, toy cars, light brights, Polly Pockets, and even more. All walk the streets. Houses, businesses, government buildings, all dot the landscape, each one made from a variety of boxes and packaging. So, in the town of Joybox, this old abandoned toy store. We move through all the different streets and back alleys until we eventually get to a storeroom. A closet, I guess not really a closet, like a warehouse area behind the main show floor. And there rests a very peculiar group of toys. These are all toys which are still in their packaging and line the shelves. And on one such shelf, we see the Hurrah multi-action playset. On one side of this ornate pink and red cardboard box is the Baron of Bone and his trusty steed Meyerhoof. On the other side, Hurrah, Princess of Peace, accompanied by Rainbow Dot, Stallion of House Cumulus. Aaron, would you please describe your character for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I am a blonde action figure, wearing a cute little skirt and kind of like these like big, broad, like full plate shoulder pads with a shield and a long sword in my hand.
Excellent.
And I think I'm trying to have like a family meeting with all of my with my toy set.
Yeah, sure. So what are you saying exactly?
Just, I really feel like we should be doing more to help out the other toys. You have all these toys, boxless, living in the aisles, and I just can't stand it anymore.
As you say that, there's like a gasp that comes from the other side of the play set, and the Baron of Bone, who goes by the name Michael these days, he chimes in and says, "We can't leave. If we break the seal, our value depreciates at a rapid pace."
Are you just gonna let all those poor toys wander around all by themselves?
They chose to leave their packaging. The great reclamation will come someday, and when it does, I intend to be in mint condition.
Oh, Baron, I don't think this is what the maker had in mind.
Which he responds, "Well, if you're so knowledgeable about what the maker has in mind, then explain that." And he points down at the ground where you see two faces that are somewhat familiar to you walking by, that being Snort and Legs, who are two Beanie Babies. Snort is a red ox with like a white underbelly, and Legs is a completely green frog. And they're just walking around. As seeing that you notice them, Snort like waves, says, "Hey, princess." And you see that Legs seems to be holding something under his arm, but you can't really tell what it is from up here. And the Baron continues to say, "They're degenerates." To which your horse, Rainbow Dot, chimes in and says, "Michael, they're not degenerates simply for walking down the street. You cannot judge everybody by your own set of morals." To which the Baron responds, "Shut up, horse! I wasn't talking to you."
Okay, now I feel like this conversation is getting a little out of hand. Shall we get the talking conch out? Shall we get the shell? Where's that?
I don't want the talking conch. I want to stop talking about this altogether. It is preposterous.
Okay, fine. We will revisit this conversation once you've had time to quiet down.
You hear a voice from the floor. You're on like the third shelf up. You hear a voice from the floor, that of Legs, the frog Beanie Baby, who looks up and says, "Is everything okay up there? It's sounding like things are getting a little out of hand."
Everything's well, thank you.
Hold on a second. And the two of them start like climbing up. And they get up to the point. These two they hang out sometimes. They come and keep you company once in a while. They climb up onto your shelf, and you can see that Legs is holding like a flyer or something under his arm, and he says, "That's way higher up than it looks from down there. You guys are all just stuck in here, you should come out for tonight. There's going to be a big thing happening over at the club.
I think that sounds wonderful.
And he puts...
And I'll turn to look at...
and he just, you see the bear just like fold his arms and goes, what could be so wonderful to pry these old bones from my resting place? And he like unfolds this flyer and puts it up against the plastic of your packaging.
Mm-hmm.
I have a handout. I'm going to make that available so you can see it. Show it to everyone. There.
Oh. Look at this.
And this
Doesn't this look like fun,
it's
Baron?
like an ad, which, for our audio listeners, I'll describe, has a red robot and a blue robot stanced against each other. And it says, the red rocket versus the blue bomber. A Rock'em Sock'em Robots Battle Royale. And Ox chimes in and says, man, Rocket's gonna stomp his ass. It's gonna be wild. And Legs chimes in and says, yeah, right, you wish, dude. The Blue Bomber's got this one in the bag. This is gonna be a lot. These guys have been beefing for years. They're finally gonna meet in the ring. Can you believe this? It's gonna be incredible.
They're gonna meet with a ring?
Yeah, they're gonna fight. It's like a fun fight, though. They're not gonna, like, you know, like kill each other, but it's just fun. It's good.
See, Baron, it's gonna be a fun fight.
Baron, who still has his arms folded, is just like, there's no such thing as a fun fight. Trust me, as the one who always loses, there's always somebody who's not having fun.
Oh, come on now, stop being so crabby. We should go do this. We should invite everybody and make it a whole thing.
I don't think that's a good idea. The glue on your side of the package is already getting loose. There's no way we're going to be able to seal that back up if we go out of here.
Well, then maybe it's time we just do away with the boxes. Give it to a more, needy toy.
A more needy toy? Nobody needs this box more than me. It's literally built for us. No one can use this better than we can. To which Snort chimes in and says, all right, well, looks like you guys are kind of figuring some stuff out here, so we're going to go. We'll see you later, Princess. We'll let you know how the fight goes.
Thank you.
And
I'm going to go find the conch because you can't be trusted to have a civil argument.
Yeah, I imagine it's like how there's always those little indented, like little objects that come with a playset. There's like a sword and like all this stuff. There's a conch. What it's actually intended for, who knows? You haven't seen your own cartoon, but it's there. And as you're having this conversation, Rainbow Dot kind of chimes in and says, I think that we should go. I mean, this place sucks.
See?
We've been in here for 30 years. If the reclamation was going to happen, Michael, it would have happened by now.
It's a very good point, Rainbow Dot. Thank you for expressing your feelings.
All I do is make good points.
Mm-hmm. It's true. You should listen to Rainbow Dot, Baron.
Says, I don't need to listen to anybody. Shakes his fist at up in the air, inadvertently hitting part of the plastic and like knocking the flap loose. He says, no, look what you made me do.
Well, it's already broken, so we might as well just go out.
We're only near mint now. Do you know what that means? We're trash. We're just like the rest of them. He points down towards the city.
Yes, we are. But not in that way. Don't call yourself trash. It's not very nice.
He just like sighs and puts his head in his hand. He says, well, you can go, but I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Well, if you want to stay in and just think about it for a little bit.
I'll think about it for a long time because I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit here and think about it for the next decade if I have to.
I'm gonna go get ready for the thing tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
Gonna let him sulk.
So you peel back the plastic layer on the front of your box and emerge into the world for the first time ever, exiting your packaging. The air is probably fresher, it's less stale, but other than that, it doesn't really feel that different. And Rainbow Dot follows quickly behind you.
As we make our way down the shelf.
Yeah, it just looks around. And as you do, the Baron's mount, Meyerhoof, says to Rainbow Dot, "The houses will not be pleased about this." And he says, "Oh, stuff the houses. I want to see the world." He just and then just clops his way down the shelves, I guess. The pair of you make it down to the floor, and I guess you begin heading into town.
Heck yeah.
Cool. So, on that note, we will move over to someone else. So here's a great question for you, Eric. Where is your home? Where do you make your home in this toy store?
Generally, I just sort of find a spot where there's no one there and just sort of sleep, rest there. I don't have a home. I am a literal vagrant.
Very cool. So we now move to I guess an old and most importantly empty cardboard box that once housed some type of big wheel type toy or something in it, but is now just kind of abandoned on the outskirts of town. This is part of the cardboard mines where people come to get strips of cardboard to build new structures and stuff. So there's chunks missing out of this this box, but I mean, hey, it's a box, it's shelter, it keeps you warm, and I don't think toys really sleep, but while you're resting, you feel an odd sensation, and it is one that you've definitely felt before, perhaps in something akin to a dream or something beyond that in your subconscious. But it's as if a piece of you out there in the world, a piece long thought lost, is calling out to you. Why don't you go ahead and describe your character for everyone?
Well, we are an amalgamation of blocks pulled together to singular purpose. We are multicolored and vaguely humanoid shaped, though many parts of us are oddly proportioned given the excess blocks. The most unnerving part of us, however, is that there are 8 blocks with various different types of eyes facing in the 8 cardinal directions, sort of mounted like a wreath on my shoulders, staring off into each direction, eyes unblinkingly staring off, giving me a full 360 view. We sort of have this small burlap sack. The sack is made out of an old GI Joe knapsack that they had for a toy that I ferried away, and there's just a bunch of crap in there. And generally, I'm either carrying it strapped over my shoulder, or depending on how I'm currently arranged, I just have it on me at all points in time. Other than that, it is literally just a pile. We are just a literal pile of blocks. Of awesome blocks.
Awesome blocks, right? Yeah. So here we see this amalgamation, vaguely humanoid shaped hive mind consciousness of awesome blocks at rest. And yeah, as I said, it feels like there is a piece of you that's been lost for quite some time, calling out. Maybe in this moment you try to focus your mind as best as you can. But all you're able to glean is little scraps, fragments of something calling out to you. And this is a sensation you felt before, but this is the most intense that it's ever been. And you have this feeling of where you're only really able to glean a few words that you, in your own mind, just know are important for some reason. The words you're able to glean is West, Seer, Lost, Paradise, and Miss Alex. What that means, hard to say.
Have I heard that name before?
You have heard that name before, in much the same way that those before you who have been called insane have heard the name of ancient beings and spoken them on their lips without really knowing why. You feel like you have touched whatever entity that name belongs to, or perhaps it has touched you in some way. But regardless, you are left with this impression.
I imagine I came out here specifically because I knew about the. I saw a thing about the fight night, and I'd come in here to grab spare cardboard to make like little signs to stand outside and harass people with my with my talking. So I as I was sort of like taking a respite in this box, I just sort of focused it on myself. And I say to seemingly no one in particular, it seems that we have once again been given purpose. As I sit there with a giant ass glitter pen writing on this cardboard thing, like we must away, stuff like that, like very dire sentences
The end is nigh.
that are made extremely undire by the fact that they're written in glitter pen.
Yeah, exactly. And it's around this time where I hesitate to call it a thought process, but like your thought jumble is interrupted by a visit from a friend of yours. Doxy, why don't you go ahead and describe your character?
You see, as you're hunched on the ground writing these things in glitter pen, one multicolored, very soft looking cylindrical foot step in front or at the edge of the paper, and a very similar looking hand slap down a couple of star stickers and be like, come on, if you're gonna make it pretty, make it pretty. And I'm Dolly. I'm a rag doll, essentially, a patchwork doll, and my skin is mostly made up of like a pinkish cloth, and my hair is like yellow yarn and threads, and following behind me is a patchwork dog named Scraps, who is a very cute pet.
Very much
dog.
like you, but a dog.
Kinda, yeah.
And as you guys are, you say this, Scraps like runs in and just like splays himself out on your sign, like sending the ink and like glitter and stickers everywhere, and just tilts his head up and looks at you.
You see one of the eyes on me just like twitches and turns very slowly to look at it.
Scraps,
the dog.
come on, you know better.
I say, we had not intended it for aesthetic, though you do have a point. And I sort of stick one of the stickers onto it. It does look nicer that way.
I slap a little Jupiter on one of your bigger blocks and say, that's the spirit.
This is acceptable to us. It becomes one with the fold.
I reach into a little patchwork, like, kind of messenger bag thing and just pull out sheets and sheets of stickers and be like, okay, do you want animals? Do you want planets? I've got dinosaurs.
As long as they do not obscure our sight. You may integrate anything with any of these with the fold. They are acceptable.
Ooh, these were Sasha's favorite. And I pull out these incredibly bright colored, fantasy themed stickers, some with glitter, some without, by a woman named Nisa Frank. And I pass you the sheet.
I take it and say, we accept this. We thank you for your donation to the whole. And then the massive blocks like lays a hand on your shoulder, and though the grip is literally very cold and hard than plastic, you can feel a sort of unsaid warmth there, as they say.
I flop down on my belly and pull a sheet of paper, and I start writing "The end is nigh" on a sheet as you're talking to me.
It is good to hear you speak of your previous owner. We are happy that this source of pain has become a source of power for you. We shall use this. For the time comes close, friend. The great recall is nigh. We must away. The exodus must occur soon, or we will be taken. They sort of like look off into the middle distance, trying to be like dramatic, and then seeing that their sort of ridiculous actions are lost on you, they'll just sort of sit down and start finishing the signs that they have that they've been working on.
Anytime you're not looking, I stick another random sticker on one of your blocks that you can't see.
Hell yeah.
So, the plan, I guess, for the two of you is to go off to the club and spread the word.
Gotta hit the club, dude.
So, I guess we will move to that. The two of you wander off, glittered up signs in tow, and you head towards the location of this event, where you know that a huge amount of the toys who live in Joybox, people hang out here a lot anyway, but especially tonight. I mean, it's going to be like a huge event. Like, this is the like Mayweather versus what's his face of this toy store.
Red Mayweather versus Blue Mayweather.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Pacquiao.
Pacquiao, thank you. This is the Mayweather versus Pacquiao of the toy world. And everyone's going to be there. So you guys roll up, and as you get close, you can even hear the music like faintly coming from inside the club. And people are just packed in here. People are moving in through the front entrance. There's like a big stuffed giraffe who's like acting as the bouncer in front of this bar. And what's the plan? Are you just going to stand outside and try to tell people?
Me as close as I can get, and then I'm just gonna start going on a spiel. I have a little spiel here that I stand out, like holding up one of my signs, and I say, "Children of plastic, of thread, of metal, bearers of the will, heed my call. The great recall comes for us all. We must, as one, begin the great exodus to the promised land. The kindergarten exists. It will become a reality with those with the drive to seek it, and it shall become and I shall become the final herald. We shall become the final herald to shepherd us. The heavenly voice of Miss Alex guides our actions. Hark and beware, the unbelievers shall suffer a fate worse than unmaking when the great recall cometh."
Yay, the end is nigh.
You do this, and like you get some cursory glances from some of the people outside. You just hear like a voice come from somewhere in the lineup that just says, "You suck."
I imagine a lot of people are used to me doing this because
Yeah.
I basically do some iteration of this every single day.
Yeah, and the giraffe bouncer, who you know quite well, whose name is Daryl, he comes over and like crouches down and goes, "Hey, buddy. So, listen, why don't you just go inside and leave all this stuff out here and just like watch the fight and just have some fun? You know, you seem like you're stressed out."
We sit there for a moment and say, our influence would be better reached inside to those who are willing to listen.
Not what I meant.
We shall leave the signs
No.
outside.
Okay.
We shall head in to this venue.
Yeah.
Perhaps this violence shall be transcended, and they will be willing to listen finally. You are truly a friend.
I think you're okay. You're whatever. And like you're just walking away as he's just like resignedly just saying, "Okay, fucking sure, dude."
I just like skip behind him and I'm like, I'm with them.
He's like, "Yeah, I know."
A little moon sticker on the giraffe.
So you guys go in through the front entrance, into Club des Soleils, which is a giant structure built out of those like foam, like interconnecting puzzle piece floor mat things. It's like mostly what this is built out of. There's some sections of it that are made of made out of boxes from game boards. The sign is from like a French copy of the board game Sorry. And it's you see the owner of the rival bar across the street, which is Club Risque, which is the sign is made of a French copy of the board game Risk. And he's like a Stretch Armstrong who just stands there with his arms folded and shakes his head while everyone goes into this massive nightclub. I do have a map that I'm going to move us to here. Oop. You might have to move yourself because I made it big, so it would be easy to capture on stream. There's a lot of people in here, but I've only made tokens for the important NPCs. So the two of you walk in, and we'll get back to what's going on there in a second. Aaron, you arrive at this place. Actually, I guess your horse is with you too. Hold on. There he is.
Excellent.
You arrive at this place where there's just like intense like drum and bass, like techno music playing. DJ Ruckspin is tearing the house up tonight from his DJ booth. And you get here just like as the fight is already midway and like everyone's kind of watching it and cheering them on. This is a great opportunity for us to move to NC really quick. Dan, why don't you go ahead and describe your character and what you're doing in this nightclub?
So my character is a knockoff Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He's a legally distinct Kensei Turtle. The brand is Naughty Claws, so he just goes by NC. And he has a leather jacket that he scrounged up from Biker Mice Mars. He has a bandana he got from Street Sharks. And he has a laser sword that he got from a Star Wars figure. And he is sort of like the outsider who's always kind of like, hey guys, like, come on, I'm really cool too. And they're like, no, you're not. You're a knockoff. I'm sort of like a lower caste because I'm a knockoff.
Totally.
Just trying to like hang out with people like, yo, hey, the preacher's here. Yeah, that guy's cool, right? That guy's really cool.
And perhaps seeing an opportunity to like maybe make friends with someone before they realize that you're a knockoff. You see someone you haven't seen before, which is Hurrah and Rainbow Dot, who come in and are like very clearly outsiders. Like it would be like if you watched someone's mom walk into like one of the most hardcore nightclubs in LA. You'd be like, okay, you don't belong here. Like you can just tell. But you see the two of them coming in and just kind of like looking around as if looking to just see what everyone else is doing, I imagine. And they're like, oh, what should I be doing right now?
Yeah, I imagine like the group that I'm sitting next to were just kind of like ignoring me, but I'm just like, hey guys, I can go say hi to this new person, like let them know the ropes in here.
Like, yeah, whatever, Etsy.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
You probably are hanging out with a bunch of street sharks. It's like, man, that guy's the fucking worst. But yeah, so I guess you walk over and like it's gonna take me a minute to remember everyone's name again. Hurrah, Princess of Peace. You see this. I guess you might not know he's a knockoff, but you see this action figure turtle man walk up to you.
Hello, little turtle.
Hey, what's up, lady? I haven't seen you around here. I know everyone around here.
Well, we typically don't leave our box. Today is a little bit of an exception. A little bit of a, mom's night out.
Whoa,
We're
you have
having
your own
a
box?
cheat day.
Man, I can't remember when I last had a box. Huh.
Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Hey, that's what it's like being a turtle. I love being a turtle.
From the other side of the room, you see both Snort and Legs, who are like sitting in this little booth over there. They wave. They go, "Princess, you made it!" And they're like waving you to come over.
Mm-hmm. I'll gesture for Mr. Turtle to come follow me.
Oh, princess, that's bombastic.
Cool. So you guys go over. There's like a little booth you can sit out over here. Snort can move over. You can squeeze it. Yeah, you guys all fit up there perfectly. Fucking Rainbow Dot like pushes his way in and like pushes the table up. He's like, oh yeah, it fits like a glove. So that's happening. So at this point, both Dolly and those that remain, you guys enter, and just as you walk in, I mean, you probably spend a couple of minutes like looking around until eventually the Red Rocket does indeed land a devastating punch to the jaw of the Blue Bomber, sending his head flying up on a spring, and everyone goes, yeah! Everyone starts freaking out as he is knocked out in the third, and it looks like the fight is over. The energy in here is pretty high. Everyone's having a good time. There's music playing, and as the main stage is being cleaned up, everyone's getting ready to do some dancing, perhaps.
I'm gonna go make sure that the fighting toys are okay.
Yeah, sure. So you can go over there. You see Blue Bomber, who's like, he's laying on the ground with his head like extended on like a few inches of the gear-like thing. I don't know if you've ever seen what it looks like on a rock.
It's like a metal rod.
Robot.
Yeah.
It's like a metal rod with like divots in it, is extended from his head. What do you say to him?
Oh, let me help with that. And I'm gonna start like trying to help him contort his head back to where it should be.
Yeah, he goes, oh, thanks, lady. And then he like, you do that, and he gets up to a knee and just like puts two hands on top of his head and pushes his head back down. And you hear it like lock into place. He's like, oh, I feel so much better. Thanks for the help.
I'm glad. And I'm gonna like lick my thumb and like wipe the smudge off his plastic and cast like a cure wounds on him.
Yeah, totally. You can heal him. You heal him. You wipe the smudge off his face, Big Mother style.
Mm-hmm.
You see Red Rocket has like a big like WWE toy like championship belt on him now. He's like, yeah, people are like throwing like silly putty made flowers and stuff over him, and he's going off to basically chill out over here with his laurels. Blue guy's like, oh man, I'm gonna get his ass next time.
You'll get him next time. Don't worry. I'll give him a nice little pat.
Says,
And then go back to my table.
Very cool. And his like some of his friends like, oh man, like that was bullshit. Like he's like, no, that's good. Then you guys go back over and start chatting back at your table. Okay, so those that remain in Dolly, you guys come in, you witness all this go down. I imagine you probably saw what just transpired as well. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna go inspect. I will be silently watching as Hurrah repairs this blue man. Just fascinated by his inner workings.
Totally. You watch this happen.
I am trying, perhaps unsuccessfully, to get anybody to listen to me for longer than a minute until I realize that I see Hurrah, who I imagine I have talked the ear off of because I've gone and proselytized to the people stuck in boxes the most because they have to listen to me. I have a captive audience.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
I don't know how she feels about me, but I have seen her quite a bit.
Cool. So you go over, and as you
Hello.
approach, Snort looks to the rest of the table. Like, this guy's the fucking worst. And Legs is like,
Oh no.
And then I'm going,
That's
hey,
not-
Breach.
Hello, friends, one and all.
Hi, sweetheart. Can I see your new signs?
We had to
We
leave
were
him
required
outside.
to leave them outside. This institution has been delaying the inevitable. We must all prepare for the great recall that is coming and begin the exodus post haste.
Of course we do, sweetie.
So what gives? Why are you out of your box?
Oh, we're having and I looked to Rainbow Dot. It's like
a cheat day.
cheat day. That's a good way to put it. I like that.
Sasha's mom used to have those all the time.
This
A
must
woman of
not
culture.
This must not be a day. This must be a lifetime. There is work to be done, and we require many hands, many blocks to build the foundation on which our safety will be ferried off. We must
Whoa.
together, with our strength unified, begin the great exodus.
I mean, Michael fucked up the box in a big way, so I don't think that that's going to be much of a concern. But
Michael-
I'm sorry, you say an exodus.
The Baron.
Yes, he of the bones. I remember him well. We remember him well. I'm never gonna be used to this.
Right.
We must tell you. We have heard a voice, a whisper, of a long lost piece of our set, away crying for deliverance. It has spoken to me. We must head west. West of here, we will find it. The promised land, the kindergarten, a place where we will be forever played with.
At this
Forever.
point, Snort like cuts in. He says, "Aren't you like a hive mind? How did you lose a piece of yourself?"
Alas, it was taken from us 30 years hence, when the final herald came. It marked us. There will
Okay,
be one
sweetie.
final herald to take all toys to the promised land, and we will be the final herald. We shall ferry us to the promised land, to the kindergarten, to the place of
Mhm.
eternal play, where
It's
the
real,
children
you know.
never grow up.
I've been there.
She is the prophet.
Sasha
has
used to take
spoken
me
of
all
its
the
truth.
time. They have fun parties called Show and Tell.
Here we go. Okay, so where exactly is this kindergarten, and how do you even propose to get there?
West.
That is a direction. Like,
From there, we must using our combined intellect and strength, we will find the kindergarten from there. The closer we get to my other piece, the more direct its instructions can be. The distance fogs our ability to communicate. The closer we get, the more, the better a chance we have of finding the kindergarten. We just must make the first move. We sit here in this desolate place, so many years removed from the great burning, when the last herald came. But now is the time for us to act.
mm-hmm. And you're gonna just like walk there, or it's walk west until you find kindergarten or die, I guess.
there is a place where there are vehicles that we may take. It is a dangerous place. The burnt, the
Melted?
burnt, yeah, the melted, guard their treasures quite voraciously. But
When
we
you
can
say
take...
this, there's like a record scratch. And everyone's like, like there's like a gasp. And Snort's just like, you're gonna go through the Ashen Lands to get a vehicle to go west until you get to the place that you're meant to go, because your brain told you to do that, but a piece of it is like wherever.
It's in
Indeed.
kindergarten. I've been there.
She has seen the promised
Imagine
land
it.
with her eyes.
Being played with by not just one child, but many children every day. Being so loved.
I mean, that sounds great and all, but you wouldn't even survive the trip just to get a big wheel or an RC car, let alone something capable of actually taking you who knows how far.
The melted can be reasoned with. They can be spoken to. They are not. They are creatures that are angry because they have been abandoned, but they need not be abandoned. Even the damaged can be made anew in kindergarten.
He like Snort stands up, and as he does, Leg says also, he's like, all right, well, you let me know how that goes, and I'll see if we can make a use for what's left of you after they melt you down for scrap. And he gets up and starts to walk away. And then, like, as they're leaving, they're like, oh, bye, princess. And they just leave.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, speaking of abandoned, I think my friends over there are calling for me. I'm gonna go grab a drink or something. I sorry, preach.
I just yelled to no one in particular. We shall all be judged in Miss Alex's eyes in the end. You will see.
There's a point where you see across the way, like a Starfights action figure who stands up and like looks under his robe. He's like, "What the hell? Yo, someone stole my fucking lightsaber!" And he starts looking around, and he looks to the people next to him, who's that group of street sharks that you were with, and he's like, "Was it one of you guys?" And they're like, ugh. And they all just look over in your direction. And then he just turns and looks in your direction. And he's like, you son of a bitch. But there's like a lot of people between you and them. He starts like trying to push his way through to get towards you guys.
I know just where we can hide. The Ashen Lands.
There's wisdom in this. Those that you have transgressed will not follow into the Ashen Lands. And if we cannot take all toys, we will take any who will come with us.
Yeah, what they said.
Come now. It will. I will herald us. Me, the herald. Her, the prophet. And you, the glorious passengers, and the great exodus.
I have to stop at home and get Baxter.
We can do that. We will collect Baxter. Then we shall together make our way to the Ashen Lands, to face, to speak to the melted, to collect a vehicle, and to head west.
I put a cylindrical patchwork arm in the middle. I'm like, come on, guys. Kindergarten.
All right, I'm in. And I like pulled out my hand that has the laser sword in it, and I put it back in my coat.
I put we put our hand in.
I'm gonna pet Rainbow Dot's very grumpy head because I imagine they're not happy with the situation. I'm like, well, we will come along to make sure that you guys are safe.
Teamwork is cool.
Teamwork is cool.
I put my sword.
I should have stayed in that box. And he puts his rope in as well.
Come on now, you wanted to see more of this world. We're going to the Ashen. Which aisle is that again? Is that aisle 6?
Aisle 7.
7.
Between here and electronics.
We must prepare ourselves. The Ashen Land is dangerous, but I believe with our power together, we shall build brick by brick an unbreakable wall.
You can do it. Sweet.
Okay,
I
let's just
believe in
go.
you.
Let's go to the Ashen Lands.
You can
We
find
should
my
hurry. That guy's getting
shell-mobile.
close.
Why is that guy mad at you?
Everyone's always mad at me. I don't know. I'm just,
Oh.
you know. Whoa.
So you guys scamper outside. So you're gonna go get your dog. Is that the plan?
No, I
Dolly?
have my dog. I need my homunculus.
Right. Okay.
The
So where
other
does-
pet.
Where does Dolly live?
She lives. So I imagine there's like a couple of clothing racks that are just like clothing merchandise for different toy brands. And you know those circle racks that they used to have at Kmart? She lives in the middle of one of those, but all the clothes on it are like tattered from her taking cloth pieces from each of them, or like little logos off of it that she thinks looks cool. Because she uses these things, she uses cloth to tinker.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you guys start heading there. And is there anything anyone wants to do between then and now? Or are we just gonna keep trucking on?
I would like to admire the signs and the glitter.
I
Those
was
are
going
really
to say
impressive.
that as we walked past them, or
Mhm.
probably ran, I would grab them and I would be like holding one up, and the end is nigh, as we're like running.
You guys did such a good job on those.
We're just yelling to basically anyone that comes back. The time is nigh. Action is upon us. Come with us to the Ashen Lands, that we may collect we may find providence.
As you guys are saying this outside, you see someone who you recognize as the club owner, which is Betty, who is like a Betty Spaghetti doll. She walks out and she says, "Hey, get the fuck out of here! I don't want any of this. You're driving away my customers."
I was already 86. I just snuck in. Later.
I put a lips sticker over her mouth as I run by her.
She's like,
I'll be sure to take them home.
You see across the street the Stretch Armstrong standing outside of Club Risque, who just has a very smug look on his face. He's like, "You go get them, kids. You go get them." It's been an hour, so let's go ahead and take our first break. Let's take 5 so people can get water, pee,
Sure thing. Everybody hang tight. We'll be
turbo
right
smoke,
back.
whatever. We'll be
Run
right back.
ads.
Did I forget to invite you to the pool party? Well, maybe next.
On those occasions when you need to make a big splash, there's the Super Soaker 100. It has a powerful air pressure system,
Oh, Buffy!
a range of up to 60 feet, and a drenching spray. The Super Soaker 100,
It's a water gun of a higher caliber.
also the 50, or the ultimate, the 200.
Help me, my toothache! No worries, I'm the Crocodile Dentist. I'll fix that smile, you crocodile. I'm the Crocodile Dentist.
Crocodile dentist!
Just grab and pull. There's quite a mouthful. I'm the Crocodile Dentist.
Crocodile
The
dentist!
game's Crocodile Dentist. Take turns pulling teeth, but don't pull the wrong one or he'll snap and you're out. It's a mouthful of fun, but don't pull the wrong one. I'm the Crocodile Dentist.
Crocodile dentist! Win!
I feel so much better.
Crocodile dentist!
From Milton Bradley.
Right from the pet shop, I knew Barbie was the one for me. She's Barbie, and I'm Ginger. She grooms me every day, then we're off to play. Wow! She's Barbie, And I'm Ginger. Here, girl. Go for a walk? That's what I love to hear. Let's put it in gear. Look at him go. Together forever. She's Barbie. And I'm Ginger. I love you. What'd I tell ya? Batteries not included.
Hey man, get portable. Get a Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. A color portable Game Gear, carrying case, and 2 hit games. Sonic 2, and the Majors Pro Baseball. Whoa, even save $50. The Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. You know who makes it.
Coffee? Tea?
Take up!
Light bright, turn on the magic of colored lights. Light bright, make a face to glow at night.
Just pop in the colored pegs and follow the patterns. It's easy to make beautiful pictures with Light Bright. Or create your favorite characters with Light Bright refills, like Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Tailspin, and The Little Mermaid.
Light bright, turn on the magic of shining lights.
Light Bright from Milton Bradley.
The world is your arcade when you take aim with Nerf. Hit your mark with the Nerf crossbow and show them why 2 kinds of ammo are better than 1. Rev up Whipsaw and try your luck with a barrage of rapid-flying ballistic balls. Then have the last word with Secret Shot and let the secret out. Set your sights on Nerf, because it's Nerf or nothing.
Nerf crossbow, Ripsaw, and Secret Shot each sold separately.
You can have lots of high-tech fun with Tiger's Talkboy tape recorder.
Hey, stop drooling on me. Hey, stop drooling on me.
It even has speed control.
Hi, kids, we're home early.
Hi, kids, we're home early.
Tiger's Talkboy tape recorder comes with audio cassette. Batteries not included.
There she goes again. Once that chicken starts laying eggs, there's just no stopping her. Picking chickens is the name of this really exciting game. All right. Each time she lays an egg, try to catch it in your cart. Yeah. You've got to time it just right. Talk about scrambled eggs. Picking chickens, try to catch the eggs that chicken's gonna have. Be the first to get 4 eggs in. Picking chickens. New from Tyco.
It's exciting.
From Sony's PlayStation.
Yeet. We're back. Hello, everybody. I hope you had a great
Howdy.
5 minutes. But yeah, so we return, and you lot are going back to Dolly's abode to pick up Baxter. So you enter, and why don't you go ahead and just, you see Baxter just sitting there right where you left him. Why don't you go ahead and describe Baxter for the gang at home?
He is all gray. And he has big bulging eyes and just a couple pieces of black yarn sticking out of his head for hair because he's the first thing she ever made. And he's kind of a little bit creepy, almost Igor-like, if you can imagine. And yeah, but he's also very sweet, and it'll catch you off guard because you expect him to be kind of a creepazoid.
Yeah, and I don't think that Baxter can actually speak, but I imagine he makes the noise a lot,
or grunts or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he breathes heavily. So you come in, and he hops down off of the stool that he's sitting on and comes over to you. And just bonks his head against your leg.
I just run a hand over his head and I'm like, you want to go to the Ashenlands? We're going to go to kindergarten. We're going to go find Sasha. I've told you all about Sasha.
He seems very excited, but it's hard for anyone else other than you to tell. All
right, get your things.
He just grabs onto your leg.
Oh.
I imagine we walk around like that. Like he
Probably,
just clings
yeah.
to my leg or my arm.
It's definitely faster.
Or like up on my shoulders.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. So yeah, he latches onto you, and you're good to go.
I just start stuffing all the cloth pieces into my little messenger bag. Oh, just scooch over the thread and...
Yeah, so you get all your stuff together. You guys start headed for the edge of town, and then the next aisle over being that of aisle 7.
Oh, as we step out of my house, actually, I just kind of hold my arm up and my house collapses in on itself into a little cube and hits my hand, and I stuff it into my messenger bag, and I'm like, okay, ready to go.
Hell yeah.
It's the instant Malibu Bonnie dream house.
This is an item that I just can't escape.
Freakadelic.
So, you guys start heading towards the border of the Ashen Lands. Now, this is a part of the store that did not survive the great industrial fire that took most of this town down with it. This entire aisle ends in an opening that is open to the real world, so it's quite exposed to the elements. So half of it is literally just like ash remnant of like foam ceiling tiles and stuff that all burned up here along with anything else that was there. And the other half of it that's close to like the actual opening has become almost kind of like a swamp, like a bit of a bog, and like some plants and stuff have started to grow into the actual store itself through this opening.
I imagine there's like ash mud and stuff too.
Definitely, yeah. And this place is known as a place that people just don't go because it's very dangerous. Not just because you're risking exposure along with anything else that may have been damaged and could be partially collapsed in this area, but also because there were some toys in this part of the toy store that did not make it out in time. And they're referred to as the Melted, who are these like Mad Max-esque roving gangs of thugs and bandits who are referred to as the Melted for obvious reasons, because most of them are partially or entirely melted in one way or another. But apparently there are those among the toys who don't think they're all that bad, so that's fine. And you guys are standing at pretty much where the well-defined border between these areas are, just defined by the destruction as it kind of starts. You're staring out over what is effectively a desert. And you get ready to make your way out. And yeah, is there anything anyone wants to say or do right now before we begin?
Has anyone ever spoken to any of the Melted?
I imagine I've tried. Whether I got in far enough, I've tried to come in and maybe I either chased off or maybe I spoke briefly to some of them.
Yeah. Any encounter you would have had with them would have been you saying things to them and them chasing you with weapons, and then you being like, okay, I'm backing off. And then once you retreat back into the place where sane people live, they don't really chase you any further.
Right.
No,
yeah,
I've never seen them up on the higher shelves.
Right. The higher shelves.
I haven't seen them on the lower shelves either. me and my friends and I, we don't venture out this far.
Right. The shelves.
We must prepare ourselves for the worst and pray for the best. And
I'm sure they'll be fine.
We're gonna cast our first spell as I reach into my bag and I pull out strips of loose bark that I start taping to myself as we cast.
Not
bark skin.
This is protection I retrieved it the last time. We retrieved it the last time we came here. They are bits that are strange to the touch, but harder still than the plastic that bears us. So tapping on the bark.
When he does that, I'm gonna tap on my shell. It's like, I hear you, bud.
Whatever makes you happy, sweetie. I just feel like it's a little, and is that dust? It's like dust, but worse. So I'm like brushing the dirt off of it.
Yeah.
This substance, I do not know its name, but I have said, this has borne me hence and protected. This has borne us hence and protected us at our most dire moments.
I had to run from the giant toy that caused it. It didn't seem like it was fun to play with or safe for children at all.
Few are safe for children in this cursed land, but they can be reforged once again to become the toys they were meant to be. The make of the toy is not the plastic on the top; it is the spirit within.
Hell yeah, brother.
So you guys start walking. You walk for a few minutes. And you kind of walk past, like, it's mostly just ash and like remnants of shelving units and stuff in this area. A lot of the ash is kind of discolored. Your characters wouldn't know this, but you as players will understand what I mean when I explain that this is very much like a chemical fire. It was not a clean burn, we'll say. And there's like little bits and pieces of like some toy cars or like a space shuttle that's like jammed into the ground and parts of it are all melted off and stuff like that. Yeah, you guys walk for a little while, maybe having some light conversation amongst yourselves, maybe keeping to yourselves altogether, until eventually the relative silence is broken by a familiar voice which calls out, "Stop right there, princess! Where the hell do you think you're going?"
Baron!
You see the Baron of Bone atop his mount behind the lot of you. He says, "Look at this place! If you get scuffed out there, I'm fucked. You're fucking with my shit right now. I know you think
there's no need to curse or raise our voice."
I cover Baxter's not ears.
And behind him comes up this gang of about a dozen or so glow-in-the-dark skeletons that are clearly following him. And he just looks at them and says, "Capture them," pointing to you and Rainbow Dawn. He says, "I don't care. Kill the others if they resist." And I'm going to need some initiative rolls. And I will take you to a battle map.
Does Rax get his own initiative?
I don't know.
Does anybody know?
This is your pet thing?
Yeah.
Though it goes at the end of your initiative.
Okay.
So you take your turn first and then it goes.
Okay.
I don't see a little turn tracker.
Oh, shoot. My bad. I forgot to bring it up. Boop.
How dare.
That's not what I wanted. Boop. There it goes. All right. Let's...
Very cool.
So this doesn't take 500 years.
So if these guys are skeletons, does that mean mechanically they're undead? Or no?
No.
Ah, dang it.
They are not undead. The melted would be like an example of an undead type creature. but these guys are not mechanically undead because despite the fact that they're skeletons, that's what they were made to be. Okay.
Fair enough.
Let's let the skeletons go first. All right, let's throw in some combat music and get this shindig started. Okay. So first up is actually the skeletons. Following Michael's orders, they all begin to charge. I don't know if they can actually get to you this time, but let's see.
We got wrecked at initiative, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I take it nobody took Dex, huh? Very
All right.
cool.
NC
I got some
does
decks.
a... Nope. That was a natural one. Okay, Eric, does a 16 hit those that remain?
Eric, you muted.
16 does hit us right now.
Okay, you're gonna take 3 piercing damage as the skeleton comes up and claws you. The rest of them spend... Actually, I guess they can dash. But that's gonna be the rest of their turn. Okay, that's all they can do. NC, it's your go.
All right. I'm gonna target the one right in between me and Dolly.
Yep.
I'm gonna punch him in the head, and I'm gonna say, "I got no bones about it."
That's a hit.
All right. So 8 damage.
8
And
damage.
then my second attack, I'm gonna hit him with the laser sword.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh!
Go ahead and roll that crit damage.
I think it's already included in it.
It should be, yeah, if you just click on it. I didn't see the damage rolls come through.
Oh, okay, gotcha. The first one was 8, and the second one was 22.
Oh, that's the second. I'm sorry. I thought you were rolling with advantage for some reason, but now I think that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, 8. So that's 30 damage. Yeah, so you punch the skeleton away from you and then swipe your lightsaber, and you just cut him in half.
That's your damage? It looks like it says rolling a d20 on the right-hand side. Are you sure it's not just automatically rolling advantage? Most sheets are set to roll advantage automatically unless you...
Maybe it is actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that was the damage on the other side.
No, that's okay. That was what I was confused with too. So if you
Okay,
click on the
gotcha.
name of the attack and roll 20, it'll do the damage rolls.
Yeah.
And if you want to turn that off, the automatic advantage, just click on the cog next to spells on the right-hand
I
side.
thought that I did.
I
It's,
had
it's
to do it
always
again.
all advantage. Gotcha.
Yep. I had to do it again at the
Son of
beginning
a
of the
gun.
session.
That's okay though. We'll just keep those rolls and just because it was the first roll, that was a good one anyway.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
whatever.
Word.
What a neat feature, Roll20, by the way.
Yeah.
Super
What
cool.
game are you playing?
Yeah.
That your character is always rolling advantage, always.
I want
It's
to
very
play that
hopeful
game.
for us. I'll take it. Yeah. All right. And then I'll do for my bonus action, I'm going to use a key point and make a fury of blows.
Hold on a sec. Did it roll the damage? I still didn't see the damage come.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry.
That's okay. I mean, I'm still positive that with a hit and then a crit, you're gonna kill this guy, but who knows? It could all be ones.
Okay, so
Yeah.
12.
Yep. And then cool, which somehow ended up being less, but it's still a kill. So yeah, everything's all good. The integrity is still intact. Okay, go ahead and with your bonus action.
Fury of blows. And the one that's right in front of me.
Sure. That's a hit.
17.
15 is actually a kill on that guy too. So you just punch this first dude away from you, cut him in half, and then with your offhand again, punch Oh,
the
wait,
15 was the 15 was the second attack. For some reason, didn't roll the damage this
It
time.
came through twice for some reason. It did a 17 and then a 15.
All right, I'll just. So
it's gonna be 6 plus
6, 1 plus 3,
7.
so
10.
plus 3 each time, so 9, 13.
Okay, that is still a kill. Very cool. All right, so you take down these 2 skeletons, and then what would you like to do?
Total power. And I'm gonna take a step back.
For sure. Okay, very cool.
We're heroes in a whole shell.
Our hope is doing nothing because it's being controlled. All right, Aaron, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to I'm just, Baron, you're allowed to have some strong feelings, but I really don't feel like you're handling this in the best way. I'm going to bonus action cast Sanctuary on myself and take a little sidestep over here.
Sure.
The attack of opportunity.
You technically don't take an attack of opportunity because you're still considered like on horseback.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still within threatened range of that one in the corner.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm in everybody. For my action, I'm going to use my Channel Divinity, Emboldening Bond. Essentially, just kind of like a bless. All 3 of you are going to get 1d4 to add to your saves, attack rolls, ability checks.
Hell yeah.
Very cool.
For the next 10 minutes.
Hell yeah. Okay. It's the Bone Baron's turn. He's gonna move down. Oops. Seeing the horse's movement. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. He's gonna trot on over. And as he does so, he is going to fire off a few Eldritch Blasts at you guys. So one's going at you, Dolly. The other one's going at NC.
Okay.
So the one at you, Dolly, is a 15. Does that hit you?
It doesn't!
Sick. The one going at NC is a 19. Does that hit you?
That is a tie because I have my agile parry.
Very cool. Hell yeah. So your armor class is 19?
Yeah, currently, yeah.
Okay. So it does hit you. So you're gonna take 5 force damage.
Ew.
And he rides over, and he has like his signature Bone Baron staff in one hand and his sword in the other, and out of his staff he shoots these 2 like effectively laser beams at you guys. And so it goes, Meh! That's his turn. Those who remain / Eric. It's on you, baby.
And of course, Erin has put herself in the worst possible place. So I'm gonna have to step over here. So I gotta take attack of opportunity from this fucking clown.
We'll take 1 attack of opportunity. Yeah.
I have heavy armor and a shield and Sanctuary on me.
Does
I'm exactly where I would like to be.
No, you're in the worst place because you're blocking me from transforming.
Does a 16
my
hit you?
apologies.
16 does.
Okay, so he's gonna swipe at you for 7 piercing damage with his little bone claws.
That 7's on you, Aaron. And as so this is probably kind of terrifying for most people, because as I step over, as a bonus action, I'm going to wild shape into a giant ass Lego wolf. Not Lego, awesome block wolf. I'm gonna move this just over here because I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
So and it's like, it literally like a second, I like collapse my structure and then reform into this giant wolf shape as I get over there, and I'm going to attack. I'm gonna bite this one, the one on the my left.
Hell yeah. That's a hit.
Oh no, hold on. I apologize. I actually let me re-roll that with advantage because I do get advantage because of pack tactics. This
That's
guy
right.
is within 5 feet of one of my friends, so let's hope I don't roll like absolute garbage. Oh,
Still a
I
hit.
rolled worse, but hey. So that's 12 piercing damage to him, and he has to make a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
And that's the one right to the left of you, right?
Yep.
This one here? Okay, perfect. He has to make it... They are not good at strength saves. Yeah, he fails, so he's knocked prone.
Correct. And that is my turn. As I transform, I cry, "If it is violence you seek, you shall find it."
And you turn into a wolf and knock this guy on his ass, doing a bunch of damage.
Hell yeet.
Hell yeet. Dolly.
All right. I am going to just admiringly look over at Remy and be like, "Oh, I love when they do that." And then just like as I'm looking over at him, I'm gonna fling a toy net out of my messenger bag. And I'm going to do it right here.
Okay. So they all have to make dex saves, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So that's 3 skeletons. What's your save DC? 15?
Yes.
This skeleton is webbed. This skeleton also webbed. One in the back is not. But more importantly, the horse, Meyerhoof, is also webbed. And most important of all, okay, the Bone Baron is not webbed. But you got 2 of the skeletons and the horse.
Okay. And then for my bonus action, I will do nothing.
Very cool.
I will move. Oh, shit, I'm still drawing. Sorry about that. Just to right here.
Cool. And since that one is webbed, he does not get an attack of opportunity against you.
And now Rags
Restrained.
is going to scary snuggle this guy.
The skeleton or the Bone Baron?
The skeleton.
Okay. 11 is a miss.
Okay, now he's gonna scary snuggle the Bone Baron.
Okay. 11 is a miss.
Damn.
He growls at him. But he like hesitates.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
That'll do it.
Okay. We're back to the skeletons.
Before the skeletons go, I need to roll concentration twice for my for the 2 times I was hit. I missed I didn't do that, so.
That's right, I forgot because you have bark skin up right now.
Yep, so bark skin's gone.
Bark skin is gone. Okay.
Cool.
All right, so these 3 above you are going to attack Aaron. Now you're warded right now, so that means they have to make a save or they can't attack you, right?
They have to make a save, but they can choose a new target.
Right.
If they fail. So it's a wisdom saving throw, and my DC is
You're
15.
warded right now, so that means they have to make. 1 passes, the other 2 fail.
Okay.
So we'll do the 1 attack against you. It's a 7. Now, are you also having the spell affect your mount? Because that's a thing you're allowed to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
pretty much any spell that I cast on myself is going to be cast on Rainbow Dot as well.
The other 2 are going to try to attack Rainbow Dot, but which means another save, which they both fail.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, one of them gets you, and then the other 2 try. And they're like they just can't do it.
I give them a very stern look, like, you better knock it off.
The two that missed you at least will move to try to get a better angle. Not that it's gonna really help them. Other than the other two, so this guy's gonna stand up using half his movement, and these two are gonna attack you. So the first attack is a natural 1. The second attack is a 21. I assume the 21 hits you in wolf form?
Yeah, I got 14 AC.
Okay, so that's going to deal 7 piercing damage to you. Then on this front, these two need to make strength saves to try to escape the web, so they're going to do that. Neither of them succeed. This one's going to move out, which is going to use 10 feet of movement. Okay, so he can't really get too far, so he's going to just dash, get over here. The one that's in front of Patches is going to attack him. What is his armor class? Or not Patches, Rags, sorry. What is Rags' armor class?
One moment. 15.
Okay, so he does get hit for 4 damage by that skeleton in front of him, and that's all the skeletons.
How do I edit his...
Click on the token, and you can just do it that way.
Okay.
And just click on his health and click in -4, and it'll just do it for you.
Thank you.
No problem. NC, it's your turn.
All right. And so we get a +4 to every roll then too?
I believe so.
1d4.
Yeah, nice. All right, I'm going to laser sword the little punk right over there.
Yeah. Got the hit.
7 damage. And then I'm going to punch the Baron, and I'm going to use Stunning Strike as well.
Hell yeah.
So, it's 25 to hit.
25 is definitely a hit. So he takes
5 damage.
5? Okay, perfect. So he takes
And
5.
then, let me just pull this up. So it's a con save DC 12, or he's stunned until the end of my next turn.
He does pass the con save, so he's not stunned.
Okay. Well, I'm going to look at him, I'm going to snarl, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to punch the guy that I hit with a laser sword.
Hell yeah.
So 15 and 7 damage.
He goes down.
And then I'm just going to, just stare at him after taking that guy down.
Excellent.
And that's my turn.
Meyerhoof is going to try to make a strength save to escape. Does not succeed. Aaron, it's your turn.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna move over here, accepting all just 2 attacks of opportunity, I think. I think I stay within their range,
Stay
right?
within the range of everything else, yeah.
Okay.
So, well, first I guess that means 2 wisdom saves. They're trying to be 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fail. 2 wisdom saves against Rainbow Dot. One of them actually makes it. So now they have to attack Rainbow Dot.
Mm-hmm.
What's Rainbow Dot's armor class?
It's a good question. What armor is Rainbow Dot wearing?
It doesn't matter because they rolled a crit, but we should figure that out. I imagine 4 horses have an armor of 12. So if Rainbow Dot's got horse armor, probably 16.
You gave me variant warhorse armor.
That's right.
For my dude. So it can be from 12 to 18, depending on what barding they have.
Very cool. We'll just say it's equal to whatever. Are you wearing plate mail?
No.
What are you
I'm
wearing?
I'm wearing half plate, I believe.
Okay, cool.
With a shield. So my armor class is 17.
I'm happy to call it 16 for the horse, if that seems fair to you.
Yeah.
Cool. So they hit because they rolled a crit for 9 piercing damage.
Oof. Okay.
Okay. But your move is successful.
All right. I'm going to cast Bless now.
Very cool.
Affecting. I think I can affect all my allies. Maybe not myself, but definitely the 3 of them. Let me double check really quick. Up to 3 creatures, yeah. So all 3 of you get Bless as well. So now you're adding 2d4 to basically everything. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to use my feat, Tandem Tactician. I can use the help action as a bonus action. And the range increases by 10 feet. And I can help 2 allies instead of just 1.
So you're going to help NC and Dolly?
Yes. So I will help, well, our 2 melee. Is Dolly melee as well, or?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I'll help Dolly and I'll help NC.
Very cool.
And you guys both get to roll with advantage on your next attack roll.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I don't need the advantage because I can just attack people that are within 5 feet of you and I get that advantage.
Next up is the Baron, who, since his horse is all webbed, he's like, oh. He gets off the horse over here. Which will provoke an attack of opportunity from you, NC, if you choose to take it.
Oh, definitely.
Make that roll.
All right, I got advantage on it.
You do, and you get to add 2d4s as well.
Does Rags get one too?
Yeah, actually. Yeah, because he's on the diagonal. That's right.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you're going to hit him for 8 damage.
My 2d4s were 2 1s. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Rags is also going to hit him. For 6. Very cool. Okay, so you guys get a little bop on him as he moves over here. And he's going to cast a spell. What's the rate?
Oh no, Rags just used his reaction. Fuck.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. That's the way it is. Let me see if I can make this work here. Oh yeah, definitely. The Dolly's right at the center. Okay, so in a 10-foot radius, it's just gonna hit. I need a dexterity saving throw from Dolly, from Rags, from NC, from Hurrah, and from Rainbow Dot. Basically everyone that's not Eric. I need a dexterity saving throw. Very cool. And the number we want is 15. So
a dexterity save?
Yeah. That was a failure. A pass from NC.
Wait, don't we get to add 2d4 to these?
To saving throws? I believe so. Bless gives it a d4 to saving throws,
yeah.
right? I don't know about your other ability. I know Bless
It does.
though.
My other ability does too.
Okay, perfect. So then Dolly, even
So
if
yeah, it's 2d4
even with
to
2 ones,
everybody.
you pass.
Not
So-
for me and my horse though.
Dolly and NC pass. Hurrah and Rainbow Dot both fail. Which means
I don't know why I rolled that with advantage. Strange. Doesn't matter though.
Oh, re-roll it. That's the rule.
I mean, it's an NPC stat block, so, but whatever. You can re-roll it if you guys want to be that way, that's fine.
No, because I have to go into the NPC stat block and fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's fine. Just take the first one.
Cool. So that means everyone who failed is going to take 16 fire damage. If you passed, you take 8 fire damage.
Rainbow Dot is unconscious.
Also, everyone who failed is going to take 13 radiant damage. If you
Jesus.
pass, you take 6 radiant damage.
So it's 29 damage total.
29 damage total. That is what we call a good old-fashioned flame strike. You see him raise up his staff, and he says, "By the power of Beige Skull," and a column of fire appears.
Rainbow Dot's gonna kneel to the ground, wounded, and I'm just gonna say, "Look what you've done now."
He says, "I'll be fine," and then falls over unconscious.
Look what you've done. I hope you feel bad about this.
I feel nothing. We can fix that with Silly Putty. No one will notice.
Goodness, you and your silly buddy.
Okay, Eric. It is those who remains. This is his turn.
All right, so say the second verse, same as the first. I am going to attack this clown here because her horse is unconscious. I don't get the pack tactics from the horse anymore, so I have to attack someone specifically adjacent.
That's true.
to...
Yeah. So she's on the angle, or it's on the angle with her.
Yeah, that little fucker.
You could hold your turn till after mine if you want.
I'm trying. Yeah, let me do that. Just because I'm not in a great spot here, so.
Sure.
I'm gonna hold my turn.
All right. Then Dolly is going to just faster than lightning sew a little patch onto the gash on Rainbow Dot to cast Patch You Up at level 1.
Hell yeah, that's a big cure wounds.
That is like the biggest one I've ever seen at level 1.
12 healing on Rainbow Dot.
And I can't offhand bonus action attack. Can I? No? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you can only offhand bonus action attack if you use your main action to make an attack.
Okay.
And you're using 2 weapons.
Yep, that's fine. Then I'm not going to do anything else, but okay. Rags is going to move up and Scary Snuggle.
Yep, make an attack roll. $14. 14 is a hit.
Hell yeah. Again.
So you take 7 force damage. So you see 24 is also a hit. For 4 force damage. You see Rags just run up and like pounce on him, and he's like, "No, get away, you beast!" He's like trying to push him off, and Rags is bopping him.
Dogs like bones, Baron.
Okay, now Eric, it's your turn.
Right, well, with Rainbow back on their feet, this is the one I hit last time, right?
The one you hit last time is the one immediately to the left of you.
That's right, damn it. And they are no longer prone?
He's not prone anymore. He did stand up on his turn.
Cool, so I'm going to attack this one.
The one,
the one just one just below him.
For sure. Do so with advantage.
That's the wrong card sheet. Boom, advantage, and then give me the old bitey boy. And there's 8 piercing, and they need to make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Yeah. He fails it, so he's knocked prone.
Very cool. And so that is our turn.
Okie dokie.
Unfortunately, druids are a little boring early on.
On the early levels, for sure.
Yeah.
It's the Skeleton's turn. This one's gonna move up here. Eric, you're gonna get attacked 3 times by 3 Skeletons.
Hot.
Boom, boom, boom. We have a 5, a 19. No, I'm sorry, that 5 was the strength save. We have a 19, a 12, and a 22. So 2 hits, right?
Yep. That is correct.
That's 1. That's 2. So you're going to take 6 from the first attack and 3 from the second, as these skeletons are all clawing at you. The one directly below you and the one on the left are both going to try to attack you, Aaron. But they have to make a wisdom save.
Yes.
The 1 passes. Good for you. Good for you, bud. But now you have to actually hit. You rolled a 20. Not a nat 20. You rolled a dirty 20. That hits you, though, right?
He said the thing. He said the thing, everybody. He said our team name.
I got a drink now? All right.
That means you take 4 piercing damage.
That means you take 4 drinks, Dan.
It also means, oh my god, that would be such an amazing way to just actually kill someone. Like, oh, the dragon does 87 damage. Like, oh shit. Yeah, cool. You pass the con save. The second one is then gonna try to redirect that attack at Rainbow Dot and fails the save. So that means it is going to then attack you, Eric. Because you're the only other valid target, and it misses you. Just a comedy of errors. Like, like swipes at Eric, swipes at those who remain, and just does not connect. Okay, that's those 2. The 2 that are webbed are both going to try to escape. They both fail. And then I guess it's just this boy down here who is coming after you, Dolly.
Okay.
Back. He rolled a 9, so I didn't miss. It's NC's turn.
All right. I'm gonna step down. I'm gonna take a swipe at this dude with the sword.
Yeah. Lightsaber he has.
27, 9 damage.
That's a hit. Okay. 9. You got him.
All right. And then I'm gonna punch him quick.
Punch him fast, like. Okay, and that's exactly enough to knock him down. Cut off one of his skeleton arrows and just bonk him in the face, and he just drops.
All right. I'm gonna give her a thumbs up, and then I'm gonna run over to the Baron and use my bonus action to flurry of blows.
I put a rainbow sticker on your shell.
Don't forget, you guys have the help action, so your first attack should be made with advantage.
That's true. If you want to re-roll your first attack just to see if you get a crit, just because it might kill him on the first hit.
Yeah, might as well.
I mean...
And then you get the 2d4.
I didn't get to attack because I wanted to
I
get your
didn't,
horse
so.
back up.
That's okay. You still help. There's no time limit on that. So.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Help
yeah!
Cool. So nothing changes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then you move over there.
Flurry of blows, and then punch 1 to the head. Punch 2 to the head.
It's 10 damage total. Okay.
Say, Baron ain't Karen.
Stop! Jesus Christ! Just punching him in the face. Okay. Meyerhoof. It's gonna try to escape again. I can't believe he didn't make the save the first time. Horses are hella strong, and it failed the second time too, so that's cool. Erin, it is her turn.
Mm-hmm. For my bonus action, I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word.
Oh, hell yeah.
So everyone's going to heal 5. And then for my action, I'm going to hop off Rainbow Dot. And I'm going to use Balm of Peace. I'm going to hop off. I get to move without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Very cool.
And everybody I move within 5 feet of is going to heal 2d6 plus my wisdom modifier. So I'm going to go over. I'm going to give this sweetheart a little kiss on his cheek. And then I'm going to give this little doll a kiss on her cheek. And then I'm going to give these guys little smooches. And then I'm going to hold out my big old muscly arms to the bear. And I'm just going to say, come on, let's hug it out and put an end to this fighting.
Roll a persuasion check.
So everyone heals that 9, by the way.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what I needed!
Hell yeah, dude.
I look over to Remy and I'm like, she's the best. Why haven't we busted her out before now?
I sort of let a growl that sounds like a bunch of like blocks inside of me just started clinking around.
It's like eldritch noises.
Yeah. At this point, I sound terrifying.
Brennan does a pretty solid train impression.
You say that to the bear, and he says, "No!" And then the dog like jumps up on him. He's like, "Stop!" He's trying to like push away.
No.
Is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, cool. On the Bone Baron's turn, he is going to let's see, what is he going to do?
I have to push my health back up.
He is going to cast a spell, which means that NC, I need you to make for me an intelligence saving throw.
Hold on 1 second. So sorry. Can Rags use his reaction to puppy pounce that? Or does that not count
It's
as an attack?
not an
roll?
attack, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's just
But you do get to add 2d4 to your saving throw.
That's true.
Which is good because I'm not an intelligent dude.
Oh no! I mean,
Can
roll
it
a D4.
pass even with 2 4s?
Not with a 6.
So 9 total.
Cool. So that is a failure. Which means that you're going to take 12 psychic damage. Also, your intelligence and charisma score temporarily become 1. You cannot cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. You can, however, identify your friends, follow them, and even protect them. You get to repeat the saving throw. Typically, it's the end of every 30 days, but because we don't really sleep or rest, we'll deal with that after. But he casts Feeble Mind on you.
Mm-hmm.
You have been stupefied.
Is that something Lesser Restoration can take care of?
I believe it is actually, but we'll cross that road when and if we get to it. But he just looks at you and you take a bit of psychic damage and become very dumb. That's the end of his turn. Dolly, give her.
All right. I am going to come over. Okay, so it's going to be like this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Because I'm going to move through their squares because they're allies. And finally, I'm going to be able to do cool stuff.
Can't wait.
I am going to... Okay, so let me just paint a picture for you,
Please
chat
do.
room and viewers. Dolly grabs onto these two ends of a jump rope that is attached to her back. It's her weapon. It's called Double Dutch, and she starts swinging it around, and she whips him once with each side. It's like, knock it off.
Make your attack rolls.
Fuck.
That is a miss. But that's a hit.
Hell yeah.
That's 8. Oops. There we go. You whip him with that like in his back, and he just like lurches forward. He goes, "You're being too rough." Anything else you'd like to do?
No, but Rags will take his turn.
Yeah. Give her. That's a hit. Take 8 force damage.
This
Very
is going
cool.
well. Why is this going so well?
Don't ever say that.
The 14 is also a hit.
You say that as I have an intelligence and charisma score of 1.
We're gonna fix ya, don't worry.
When the dog hits him the first time, he's like, "Hey, get down!" And the dog jumps up. And he's like, "Stop!" And he's going to use his reaction to hellish rebuke the dog. To hellish rebuke Rags.
No!
He's going to do this at level 3. I need Rags to make a dex save.
Oh no. Come on, buddy.
That is exactly the number you wanted to make.
Hell
so he only
yeah.
takes half of this damage.
Okay.
So Rags is going to take 10 fire damage.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do?
He'll probably slink back. No, yes, because he just used his reaction. So he'll
That's true,
probably
yep.
slink back and kind of make that sad dog whine noise.
Morph! Okay. Eric.
I'm going to attack the same Skelly Bro from last time, the corner boy. That way I get to keep my Wait, did Pinkie Pie go down?
Nope, he's back up.
Okay, so once again, that's a bite.
Sorry,
Ooh, that's a crit.
What did you call my horse?
Nothing.
I should have rolled with advantage on my first roll. I'm so sorry. Can I please re-roll it?
Yep.
Thank you. I'm so sorry to stop everything in its tracks, but I so rarely get advantage.
So the first one would have been a hit as well, so you can roll the damage on that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Okay. Back to your normally scheduled program.
Okay, so you rolled a crit. That's 20 damage. Which one were you attacking?
The one in the corner, one I hit last time.
Okay, yeah, you just scoop him up in your maw and tear him to shreds.
Yeah, just toss the bits of bone
You hear
away.
Plastic bones splintering.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Anything else?
No, that's all I can do. If
Okay.
I go anywhere, I'm gonna
Is
get
the skeletons.
a billion attacks opportunity.
The 3 around you are all going to swipe at you there. Does a 14 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 1 hit, 2 misses. You take 8 damage.
Heck yeah.
The one by Rainbow Dot is going to attack him for a hit. That's like 17, and he does 3 damage to Rainbow Dot.
Did he make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. That's still active on him. Let's see. Yeah, he does. He rolled a nat 20, meaning he rolled a 19. The old clean 19. And then those 2 are still stuck in the web. So strength, and fail, and everyone else is dead. NC.
I think that NC's eyes just kind of glaze over, and he just looks at the bear and he just starts beating him. Because he can't use magic items now, so he can't use his weapon.
That's right. He just starts pounding him. That's a hit.
Second one.
That's a hit.
And then Fury Blows for 2 more.
Yeah. Let's. Oh, I'm sorry. The 12 is a miss. But what is that? 8, 16, 22 damage?
22.
Okay. So you just do that, and he's just like, and you just see Etsy go, you just start punching him, and he's like, no, stop. And then with your last hit, he goes, okay, jeez.
Yeah,
Still,
breakdance
I
on
can't
his
hear him.
spine.
I can't understand him, so I still punch him.
Yeah, exactly.
Bear,
Yeah.
can't be mad when you play rough with others and they play rough back.
You punch him into submission. He takes it. He goes, okay, fine. I give. Call him off. I'm sorry.
I can't understand him, so I can't stop.
He's talking to everyone else. He's like, I thought this was gonna go a whole different way, but he's even more dangerous when he's dumb. I'm sorry.
Is combat over?
It can be.
Okay, I'm gonna. Would Lesser Restoration take care of that feeble mind?
In this case, yes.
Okay. So I will cast that.
Okay. Are you ending combat? Are you gonna stop aggressing?
Yeah, I'll be holding on to NC's arms, like behind his back, and I'll say, "Call off your goons, Baron."
He says, "Sure, okay, whatever."
And then I'll let go of
be
NC's
gone.
arms.
They stop attacking.
Good. Baron, it's gonna be fine. We're just gonna help these toys. And any other toys that we see in this area.
He like shakes his head and he goes, No, this is not how this was supposed to go. We were supposed to stay in our box and someone was gonna come and buy us and we were gonna fight, but like in a fun way, and it was gonna be cool, and then we would hang out after, and now you don't even want to hang out anymore, and you're just going into the desert with your friends. This is the worst!
Baron, we're gonna hang out. It's gonna be okay.
You're gonna get scuffed up, and then no one's gonna want to buy us. Some kid is gonna get into action figures and buy us on eBay for like $10. We're gonna get jammed in a fucking drawer. It's
no. I'm gonna be
live in a
careful,
drawer.
I promise.
He looks at you when you say it. He goes, "Yeah, that checks out."
You want to go again? Now I know what David Banner feels like. I only watch the TV show.
No, okay. Fine. And then Myra Hoof, who finally like shakes out, looks over and says, I told you this is what was gonna happen, because shut up, horse. You did say that. You did say that. I'm still mad about it. He like kicks a rock.
I'm going to approach Meyerhoof, and I'm going to say, there, and I'm gonna like pet him a little, and I'm gonna undo the web and say, I'm terribly sorry about that.
He says, no, it's okay. He's a dumbass. This is what happens to dumb people.
Do you want to come to kindergarten with us?
Fuck no.
You don't want to go be played with every day by children who will love you.
It could be really fun.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna probably just hang out here. But like, you know what? You don't want to be in the box. That's fine.
Hey, don't sulk too much now.
Says me sulk? I'm not sulking. I have a life. I have a whole thing going on outside of you. Look at says, no, you know what? We're talking about this now. You don't look at me. What do you see? I'm that guy's horse? No, I'm a member of a pony marked house. I have other shit going on. And you look and you see Rainbow Dots. It's like, yeah, tell him, like, preach it. He goes, by the way, Rainbow Dot, I heard from Cherish Cute Canter. He says that you need to meet him at the normal spot in 3 summers, or in 3 sundowns. He's like, yes, okay, very well. Says, anyway, you ready to go, dumbass? He says, looking over at the Baron. He says, my name is Michael. But yes, I'm ready to go, and if you will give me a ride, that would be nice, because I do not want to walk all the way back there. He's like, all right, that's what I thought. Get on.
As he walks past, can I try to trip him?
Yeah,
Just to gotta be a jerk.
Make a dexterity check. If you have acrobatics, you can use acrobatics.
Okay.
We'll roll a dex check for him. Oh shit! He rolled a nat 20.
As all that's
he
going
just somersaults.
I'm holding up sheets of stickers to Meyerhoof.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, do you want a Halloween one or do you want a Cinco de Mayo one? I've got St. Patrick's Day.
He just looks at you with like a very serious look and like the skeletal face of this horse with like these burning pits for eyes in his skull. He looks at you and says, "You think I trouble myself with such trivial matters? I have no need for such cosmetics."
A princess one?
But if I had to choose one, I would want the ghost. He's cool.
I take the ghost and I pat it on his back haunch and I go, there you go, buddy.
This is acceptable. Will strike fear in the hearts of mortals when they see the mark of death approaching.
I'm more scared of you already.
Excellent. And as that's happening, the Baron's walking back over. You try to trip him and he like hops over your foot and just like looks at you. Doesn't say anything, but he's just like, you get the impression he's like, you son of a bitch.
Oopsie daisy, still a little fuzzy.
Quite. Anyways, real talk. He goes over to you, her. He says, if I cannot stop you, then I suppose it behooves me. No offense, he says, looking at the horse. And then looks back to you and says, it behooves me to at least see that you return in one piece. And he hands you his staff. Says, take this with you and get back. And I swear to God, if it is not that ship has sailed. Lightly used condition, okay? That's all we can hope for now. Lightly used. All right?
We're gonna be fine. I'm so careful. See? Everyone here is fine.
Okay.
I give him a hug and I hand him my sword afterwards.
Okay.
You hold on to this for me then.
He gives you like a bit of a neglectful hug, like doesn't really want to. He's like, okay, fine, whatever. You're giving him your sword? Okay.
I can't wield both the staff and the sword and the shield.
That's true. He says, well, you should keep this also because, you know, this is good for casting things. This is good for stabbing things. I don't
want to stab things.
You don't want to stab things. That's the best part of fighting. Hold on a second. And he like goes into his bag.
I kind of like give him like a little poke, but like the gentlest of like stabs.
He just like looks at you. He's just like, perhaps the sword is. I guess you don't really want to stab anyone with that. Okay, one second. And he like goes into the rucksack on the side of I hope he's like it's in here somewhere. He's like looking for something, and he pulls out a cork, which is like clearly from a pop gun of some kind. And he like jams it on the end of the sword and twists it so that it stays, and gives it back to you and says, "There."
Oh, it's
now,
perfect.
Only take that off with intent to kill.
Of course. Plus,
it will protect the edge of the sword, because if that breaks, forget about lightly used. At that point, we're basically, you know, it's done. It's over.
We'll come back.
Okay.
I promise.
I believe you.
Here, Baron. Good as new.
You you heal him a little bit and like some of the damage that has been done to him, and he goes, good as new. And he just gets back on the horse, and they start heading back towards town. The other skeletons are just like standing around, and one of them's like, what are we supposed to do? And he goes, I don't know, find a skeleton cave and fuck off there.
I try to like pick up one of the ones that I killed and like, ugh. Can you fix these?
The skeleton that you pick up, like his head turns, he goes, I'm not dead.
Oh, ooh, spooky. Nailed it, dude.
I'm a skeleton. Throw him away.
This, I think, is a perfect time for our second break. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say, and then we'll take a quick little break, and we will return as we venture into the desert. of the Ashen Lands. Be right back, gang.
Be right back, gang.
Did I forget to invite you to the pool party? Well, maybe next year.
On those occasions when you need to make a big splash, there's the Super Soaker 100. It has a powerful air pressure system,
Oh, Buffy!
a range of up to 60 feet, and a drenching spray. The Super Soaker 100.
It's a water gun of a higher caliber.
Also the 50, or the ultimate, the 200.
Help me, my toothache! No worries, I'm the crocodile dentist. I'll fix that smile, you crocodile. I'm the crocodile dentist.
Crocodile dentist.
Just grab and pull. There's quite a mouthful. I'm the crocodile dentist.
Crocodile dentist.
The game's crocodile dentist. Take turns pulling teeth, but don't pull the wrong one or he'll snap and you're out. It's a mouthful of fun, but don't pull the wrong one. I'm the crocodile dentist.
Crocodile dentist. I win!
I feel so much better.
Crocodile dentist.
From Milton Bradley.
Right from the pet shop, I knew Barbie was the one for me. She's Barbie, and I'm Ginger. She grooms me every day, then we're off to play. Wow! She's Barbie, and I'm Ginger. Here, girl. Go for a walk? That's what I love to hear. Let's put it in gear. Look at him go! Together forever. She's Barbie, and I'm Ginger. I love you. What'd I tell ya? Batteries not included.
Hey man, get portable. Get a Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. A colored portable Game Gear, carrying case, and 2 hit games. Sonic 2, and the Majors Pro Baseball. Whoa, even save $50. The Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. You know who makes it.
Coffee? Tea?
Take it up!
Light bright, turn on the magic of colored lights. Light bright, make a face to glow at night.
Just pop in the colored pegs and follow the patterns. It's easy to make beautiful pictures with Light Bright, or create your favorite characters with Light Bright refills, like Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Tailspin, and The Little Mermaid.
Light bright, turn on the magic of shining lights.
Light Bright from Milton Bradley.
The world is your arcade when you take aim with Nerf. Hit your mark with the Nerf crossbow and show them why 2 kinds of ammo are better than 1. Rev up Ripsaw and try your luck with a barrage of rapid-firing ballistic balls. Then have the last word with Secret Shot and let the secret out. Set your sights on Nerf, because it's Nerf or nothing.
Nerf crossbow, ripsaw, and secret shot each sold separately.
You can have lots of high-tech fun with Tiger's Talkboy tape recorder.
Hey, stop drooling on me. Hey, stop drooling on me.
It even has speed control.
Hi, kids. We're home early.
Hi, kids. We're home early.
Tiger's Talkboy tape recorder comes with audio cassette. Batteries not included.
There she goes again. Once that chicken starts laying eggs, there's just no stopping her. Chickens is the name of this real exciting game. Each time she lays an egg, try to catch it in your cart.
Yeah.
You got to time it just right. Talk about scrambled eggs. Chickens try to hatch the eggs that chicken's gonna hatch. Be the first to get 4 eggs in. Picking chickens. New from Tyco.
It's exciting.
From Sony's PlayStation come the greatest hits, all your old favorites.
Like the soft sounds of swarming missiles.
And the gentle crack of Sophia's whip.
Feel the hilarious antics of Sweet Tooth, that lovable clown.
All for just $24.99 each. But wait.
There's more?
That's right. The PlayStation is a mere $149. And you can also get leading titles.
Like Crash Bandicoot and Jet Moto.
For just $49.99 and less.
You are not ready.
Hey dudes, it's MMVC, the Micro Machines video channel. We've got drivers, classic chromos, and x-rays right here.
If you're looking around for a new set of wheels, we got classic chromos.
for shiny bumpers and grills. And X-rays, you can see the engine too. Micro Machines, more styles for you. You can check out these drivers with someone inside. Real looking dudes at the wheel for a passenger feel.
Micro Machines, drivers, X-rays, and classy chromers vehicle packs, each sold separately from Galoob.
You want to be in the Slip and Slide tribe? Then go through the geyser.
Slip and Slide Super Geyser.
Slide in and slam that geyser.
Slip and Slide Super Geysers intense water action. Run and slide through a water tunnel, a tiki arch with water vines to geysers you can make explode.
What do you say, Big Chief Danny? Big Chief Danny say, me next.
New Slip and Slide Super Geyser from Whammo. We invent fun. New Whammo Slip and Slide Super Geyser comes with everything here. Some assembly required, adult supervision needed.
All the magic of Disney's newest adventure, Aladdin.
Yo, let's have some fun.
Here's beautiful Princess Jasmine with Aladdin and Genie.
Make me a prince so I can marry Jasmine. One wish coming up.
Genie helps Aladdin through thick and thin.
Not another prince, but Jasmine. Aladdin, it's you. Let's dress her in her princess gown. So beautiful.
Genie's the best doll there could be.
Aladdin and Jasmine come with 2 outfits. All dolls sold separately, new from Mattel.
Who's got a crush on you? Hello, hunks. It's Dream Phone, the electronic game with the talking phone. To win, call guys, get clues, figure out which guy really likes you.
He's not wearing a hat.
Bye, guys. What'd he say? My secret. Ah, you.
He's not at the beach.
See you later, guys. It's Dan. Dan, my man.
You're right. I really like you.
Yes.
Dream Phone, the hot electronic talking phone game.
It's for you.
Everybody knows he's a driving with science. And sold separately.
Some people will do anything to take their favorite video games everywhere they go. But now Tiger gives you all the fun and excitement of your favorite arcade game in the palm of your hand. Games like Double Dragon, jump, kick, and fight your way through 4 missions to defeat the big boss and save Marion to win. Also coming soon from Tiger, Karnoff, Gauntlet, Jordan Bird, Simon's Quest, and more. Each sold.
Go for it, Red. Go for it, Black. Go for it.
Get off my back.
Connect 4, got 3 in a row. Go for 1 more. Go for it.
Too late, Joe.
Connect 4.
Go for the fun of Connect 4. 4 in a row wins.
Go for the bottom and go for the top. Watch for the block.
Forget it. You're stopped.
Go for the glory. Go for the star. Go for it. Go for it. Connect 4.
It's the only radio-controlled fire truck that's bubbling over with fun. Introducing the radio-controlled Bubble Fire Truck, and look who's driving. The new easy-to-drive RC Bubble Fire Truck from Tyco Preschool. Kids make it run. Bubbles make it fun.
Now everyone's getting in on the action of Game Boy. You get portable excitement, stereo action, play dozens of games like the mind-boggling Tetris, tennis, and golf. And Video Link lets you challenge a friend. It's like child's play for grown-ups. Game Boy from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power. Portable power.
There's no need to be frightened. It's only little Dracula. He doesn't frighten Igor, the brains of the family, or his friends like Deadwood. And he certainly doesn't frighten his enemies like Garlic Man. So don't be afraid of little Dracula. He's looking for fun. Just like you. Little Dracula. From DreamWorks.
Where is Barbie going to go? Check out a pretty new Porsche and then you'll know when it's got the coolest stickers that you've ever seen. Wow. The Barbie Porsche is a beach machine.
Perfect.
Barbie goes shopping for something new. Her trendy pink Porsche is looking hot too.
Look at the stars.
She takes the skin.
The headlights
The
work.
Barbie Porsche lights up for them.
Barbie Porsche car with headlights and fun stickers. You put it together. Dolls, fashions, and batteries not included.
Got my milk, got my cook.
We're back.
Hello, everybody. We back up in this. So hydrated. All right. So. Y'all are traveling through the ashen lands of Aisle 7 to the electronics department. Now, would someone, whoever wants to basically be in charge of finding the way and leading the way, roll a survival check for me?
That would not be
that. So after the combat, like we would literally just drop into like a pile for a second. It just like all of the blocks would become undone and just crash to the ground, and then over like 6 or so seconds, just reform into the humanoid visage from before.
Oh, freakonomics!
We shall lead the way, and I will and roll a quick. I'm gonna. Can I use this on myself? I think I can. Yeah, one willing creature. I'm gonna use one of my one of my spells here. I'm gonna use. We have wisdom for that, or guidance. And give myself a little D4 on this. Oh well, didn't really need that.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
That's 25.
25 is real good. You at the very least, if nothing else, did your research. You know where you're going. And you guys set forth. Whoops. I just pulled up my headphone cable by accident.
Assuming it's still 10 minutes from the start of the combat, you get to add 2d4 to that as well.
That's true.
Oh shit, do it.
Might as well.
Let's break 30.
Is it?
30 club. Add your 2d4. Oh my god, he did
33.
it. The madman with the 33.
Yeah, mad lad.
Say what you will about him, but he actually does know some things as a fact. That's a fact, to quote Eric.
It's a fact.
You guys travel across the Ashen Lands for what feels like a pretty substantial amount of time. And you don't see or hear any signs of life, really. It's not until you get, I don't know, like 10, 15, probably closer to 30 relative miles away from town through this absolute desolate area. You see a massive hanging sign, which is like somewhat lopsided. The neon lights in it flickering, that says electronics. Now, the electronics section was definitely severely damaged, but it was not completely burned out, much like the Ashen Land. So this is a place where, there's a reduced population there, but there are civilized people who live there. Think of it as like a wasteland colony. And you make your way into the electronics department. As you cross over the threshold out of the desert into this area, you see a few toys around. There's very few over here, but most of them are like vinyl figures. A lot of them from like of video game characters. There seems to be like some type of fox plushie standing by like a makeshift grave. And he's like holding some flowers. And you overhear him say, just want it to go fast. As you make your way through.
Got weird teeth.
But eventually you do see kind of in the far end where there's like some actual like structures that are very similar to the structures you've seen before, you know, like built out of boxes of packaging and that kind of thing. There are some structures, one of which appears obvious to you as a garage, which is the type of place where you might procure just the sort of thing that you guys are after. What would you like to do?
I would like to comfort the fox.
Yeah, sure. You can go over to him. He's like this plushy orange fox with two tails. And standing beside him is like a pretty short and stout like vinyl Mega Man figure. He's got his hand on his back and he's like, "It's okay, man. Like, he died doing what he loved." What do you say to this fox?
What got him?
You cast calm emotions on him. Cool. So you chill out the mood a little bit. The fox turns and looks at you and he says, "I haven't seen you around here before. What got him? Same thing that gets all of us out here.
The melted?
The melted, the raiders."
Why don't you move further into the store?
Well, he wasn't in the city when he died. He was out on a supply run. He thought he could outrun them, but I guess this time he was just a little bit too slow.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, guys. Hugs. Hugs.
They give you a hug, and you would notice around this time that the headstone is just like a vinyl chili dog, like a dog toy.
Mm-hmm.
That has just
And
been
he's
jammed
licking his
into the
lips.
sand. It's just been jammed into the sand and it's like half buried.
I offer them stickers.
Sure. You pull out your sticker sheet and make the offer. And Tails looks down and says, "Yeah, I could use some new ink." And like at this point, you notice that he's covered in like tattoos and stuff that are all done in Sharpie. And he takes a sad face sticker off the back of it and puts it on his cheek by his eye. He's like, "This way, every time I look in the mirror, I'll remember what that dumb son of a bitch did to keep me alive."
I love grizzled tails. While this is going down, I'm going to be looking around the area. See, you said that I saw a garage. I want to see if there are people around it in the general area trying, like, even loitering or guarding the garage.
There's no one
go to.
really loitering outside, but you can definitely hear some noise coming from inside. There's definitely someone or multiple people in there for sure.
Let's see if I can find that shell mobile.
Well, we must go forward. Though every toy that perishes while waiting for Providence is another life we did not save.
Yeah, ditto. Totes respects, dude.
You guys walk over towards the garage. As you go by, you walk past. There's like a tattoo parlor here, where there's like a Ryu. There's like a Ryu action figure who's like covered in tattoos, and he just has like a whole wall of Sharpies behind him, and he currently seems to be giving some type of Princess Peach action figure a tattoo, like a full back piece. You know, there's lots of sketchy looking individuals around here. But as you approach the garage and head inside, are you guys all going inside, I imagine?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get everyone's attention before we go inside, and
Yeah.
so they at least know we're going inside. But regardless who comes with me, we're going in.
I will always follow Remy unless stated otherwise.
Cool.
I am kind of tempted to get knuckle tattoos. So it says SLI and then VER because Sliver was my master.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
I mean, you got time. You can get a tattoo after this if you want. You got all the time in the world. And what's her doing while this is going down?
I'm very tempted with the tattoos, but also
Wait, what? You just like look towards that and pause for just a minute too long, and you just feel a hoof on your shoulder. And you look over and you just see Rainbow Dot just shaking his head.
I guess we wouldn't be mint condition anymore.
Oh, that ship has sailed. But we did make a promise.
We did make a promise.
And then you guys all make your way into the garage. As you're in there, you see an array of vehicles being worked on inside of this garage. There's like a Polly Pocket mobile. There's a couple of like RC cars, like dune buggy style things. There's a couple like actual tanks, which probably came from some type of G.I. Joe playset or another. Just a pretty wide array of vehicles, all of them seemingly like kind of piecemeal put together. Like any of the ones that are operational definitely have parts from like 7 other vehicles combined, and a lot of them are just like skeletons or have clearly been stripped down. Like this is very much a chop shop.
Are there any minivans?
The Malibu Bonnie came out with a dream camper right before the giant hot toy ravaged the city.
You see a dream camper in there, but it's all like tagged up. Like on the side, it says like Anarchy Reigns. And there's like a Koopa action figure's head like mounted on the front of it and stuff. And there's like a machine gun that clearly came from some type of war toy set like mounted on the top of it.
It's perfect.
All that kind of stuff. And
it has a pop-out pool.
You guys walk in, and from the north end of the garage, you hear the sound of someone working on something mechanically. You can't see anyone, but you hear the sounds of like blow torches and like socket wrenches and that kind of thing. Power tools happening at the other end here.
We'll head over to approach this figure, whoever it is working on this. How many vehicles do I see in here?
Within eyesight, ranging in sizes of small to large, like ATVs to full-blown campers. I would say about a dozen or so.
Okay. Do any of these look like the shell mobile that our friend here has mentioned?
It looks like a van too.
You do not see a shell mobile in the immediate vicinity.
Okay.
But you get the impression that if you were to find such a thing, it would be in a place like this for sure.
Well, we'll approach the curator of these strange creations.
Yeah, you walk over, and at the far end there's a tank that's like mounted up on blocks, and you can see like what looks like the very tip of a tail or something like that, maybe sticking out from the end, and you hear someone working, and as they hear you approach, you just hear a gruff voice come from underneath the tank. It says, "Hey, Otto, pass me a bonding strip, will ya?"
Do I see any bonding strips?
Yeah, you would see like a roll of duct tape that's like mounted on the wall, which is, you would know, have enough knowledge to know that's what he's talking about.
I reach out, pick it up, and with my alien like hands, just extend it underneath the vehicle.
Yeah, you hear someone go, "Hey, wait, what the fuck?" And then pushing out from underneath the vehicle you see a relatively small vinyl Pikachu figure with a gold chain around his neck, all tatted up, smoking a cigarette. But it's a candy cigarette, of course, because, you know, you don't have lungs. He pushes him and he goes, "Oh, customers. I'm sorry. I have a map that I will take you to." Oop.
We come seeking a vehicle.
Well, you're in the right place. Although, I don't know if I got anything that's going to suit your needs, presuming you want to drive it somewhere. Where are you headed?
West.
West, this guy. The fuck does that mean? How far west? We talking AAA, double A?
We are heading from the from this location. We are traveling very far. This is a D battery situation.
Jesus. You need a D battery? I haven't seen a fucking D battery in like a decade. You kidding me with that?
There is no cost too high for what we desire. This mission is of utmost importance. Name your price, and I shall claim it.
He stands up off of the little thing that he was stuck under there with, and he like comes up to you about your waist. He goes, "Look, pal, I would sell it to you if I had it to sell to you, but the problem is I don't got no D batteries. Okay, the melted they monopolized all that shit."
If we were to collect D batteries for this project, would you be able to fashion it onto a vehicle?
For this project, would I be? Of course, I would be able to fashion it. Do I look like an asshole to you? Of course, I would be able to fashion you something with a D battery, but you're gonna have to go get it, which means going up against a bunch of those melted bastards out there. I don't know if you saw the funeral happening outside, but that shit ain't exactly uncommon occurrence around here. When people go trying to tangle with the melted looking for D batteries.
Then you shall have nothing to worry about, friend. These, do you know where these the melted keep their battery collection?
All right. You seem like a nice guy, so I'm gonna level with you. I know where to get a D battery from them, but you'd be putting yourself in harm's way. You're right, though. I don't know you. I don't care about you. So I'll make you a deal. You want to go get a D battery? You get a couple of them. You bring them back. You let me keep the ones you don't need. I'll set you up real nice. You pick anything you want in the garage. It's yours. Okay? How does that sound?
If I may, if we return with D batteries to spare as payment to you, would you be able to find us a shell mobile? Looking sort of strangely at one of the eyes sort of tweak on my back to look at our shelled friend.
He looks over and goes, a shell mobile. Classic. Vintage. I haven't seen one of them in a while, but I think I might know a guy who has... Yeah, I could probably put one of those together for you.
Then it shall be done.
Does Mobile even have a pop-out swimming pool or barbecue?
These are things we can collect on our journey.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Remember, young one.
I look wistfully at the Malibu Bonnie dream camper.
Remember, young one, there's nothing that cannot be brought into the fold and made a part of the whole.
Could you push it, like smash them together? Because I'd like a pool too. I love swimming.
Look, you get me a couple D batteries, I'll hook you up with whatever you want. Okay?
Then the deal is sealed. Dear friend, we shall collect your D batteries.
Whatever you say, pile of blocks.
And we recommend that when we have collected the D batteries, that you fashion yourself a mobile, as there it will be all room where we are going. But that is a conversation for another time. For now, where is our destination?
All right. Look, you're going to want to go back into the wasteland. we're going to aisle 8. All right, you're going all the way to the edge of the Ashen Lands. You're gonna take a left turn. We're going down aisle 8. This is deep shit. All right, you good out there? You get in trouble, it's over. So, I don't know. Be careful. I guess your pile of blocks. You could probably do something with that. I guess she's got a. Why is there a cork on your sword? Whatever. Look.
It's to protect the sword. Boop.
Looks up at you and says, "Don't boot me. You come into my own garage, you're gonna fucking boot me, I'll boop you." And he like pokes you with his finger. Says, "Yeah, how's that feel?"
I'm just gonna laugh like, "Oh, you're so sweet."
I'm not sweet. I'm not kind. I'm a business owner. This is my place of business. All right. You want to talk business? I'll talk business. You want to call me sweet? Take me out to dinner first.
It's a very nice shop.
Thank you. I put a lot of work into it. We don't got as much stuff out here. Yeah, well, fucking better. Price I paid for this. Anyways, all right. You're going out to the
ruffle his little head hair.
You're going out to the aisle 8. All right. You're gonna need
are
a vehicle.
Awfully cute. Would you like a skull and crossbones, or can I offer you anything?
Says, all right. I see my tattoos aren't working. No, I'm good.
No, you're very intimidating.
Thank you. You will need transportation to get out there. I ain't exactly got much that can traverse the desert that isn't in high demand, but I can send you with a skiff. You know what a skiff is?
No, but this skiff shall do.
All right. Well, it's like a car, but it don't have a battery in it, which is why it's so great out in the desert. Why I don't mind leaving it with you. But you gotta pull it or push it in some way. But I can take that covered, get that covered. My Jesse and James will take care of you. All right, they'll drag you all the way out there. And you run into any trouble, you just cut them loose because they don't come back. We don't got a deal. All right.
We have we accept these terms.
All right. Jesse, James, get your ass out here. And as he says that, you hear like a cluttering, scampering sound from a different area in the garage. And these two massive rats emerge and run over and start nuzzling all up on him and stuff. And he's like, okay, get off me. Here, I'll get them all harnessed up for you. Give me like an hour. And these two will take you out there, okay?
While they're taking the time, just sort of stepping to the side with the rest of the party, we'll say, there will be wisdom. There's wisdom in us, collecting our thoughts and developing a plan. Our shared intellect and experience will help us develop a stronger, more cohesive plan. It is our opinion that the people of the desert, those who are called the Melted, are no different than any other toy in this world. We believe that they can be reasoned with.
Well, of course they can. They've just been through a lot.
All right, well, you go out there and reason with them. But
this was after, like, when he's been getting the skiff together.
Oh, you're just doing this on your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
While we're waiting for him to put the skiff together.
Yeah. So you see him. He in the background. He kind of like lowers down this thing. It's clearly from some type of play set. Probably came from Rescue Heroes, maybe a G.I. Joe set. It's hard to say. And he's like harnessing up the two rats to the front of it, getting them prepared to drag you across the desert. But yeah, you guys have an hour of downtime. If there's anything you want to do here, or if you just want to hang out and wait, that's fine too.
Yeah, can we take a short rest while we're doing that?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna meditate to get some key points back.
Yeah, you can definitely take a short rest. I mean, you can take a long rest if you really want to.
I mean, if we
The hour is, he will have it ready in an hour. That doesn't mean you have to leave exactly 60 minutes. But if you also only need a short rest, then
I only need a short rest. I need my wild shape back. It's good to have that, and then I want to use some hit dice.
Yeah, same.
Short rows really don't do anything for me. I am going to braid Rainbow Dot's hair.
Yeah, I'm just gonna snuggle with Rags and Baxter and crochet.
very cool. All right, so you guys just post up while he's getting all this stuff ready. And eventually...
Oh, Baxter needs health. Or not Baxter, Rags.
Yeah, you can heal him up.
I believe you have the ability as a short rest where you can just repair it. Though I could be wrong.
So too. I don't know how much you repair it for, though. I don't know how any of that stuff really works.
From what I understand, she can just repair all the way.
Sick.
Yeah, it takes an hour. And I don't need to do anything else with my hour, so...
Cool.
Very cool.
So you guys spend your hour chilling out.
Get my sliver tattoo.
Yeah, you can if you want.
Oh yeah, totally.
Cool. Yeah, you guys do all that. You guys are just chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, repairing your stuff. NC takes a little detour over to the tattoo parlor. Where you go in, and as I mentioned, there's like this Ryu action figure in there who's working.
What's up, Dude Meister?
He says, "Hey, what's going on?"
Oh, just want to get a tattoo in remembrance of my sensei.
Sure, dude. That checks out. What are we doing here? What color you want? And he points to the wall. He's like, I got a shit ton of markers. Permanent markers.
The more permanent, the better, buddy.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. And he goes and grabs the black Sharpie off the wall. He's like, all right, what are we doing?
Sliver. Bam, bam.
He says, all right. So during this hour, you get your knuck tattoos that say sliver on them.
And I'm just meditating about it on the chair.
Hell yeah. Cool. So you get your sick knuck tattoos, you heal up Rags, and then the hour passes. At the end of the hour, you go back to the garage, and the little Pikachu figure comes over and says, by the way, I forgot to ask, what's all your guys' names?
I'm Dolly. This is Rags. This is Baxter.
Ah, yes, the Nightmare.
The Nightmare?
I calls them like I sees them, all right?
We are those who remain.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm Naughty Claus, but you can call me NC.
Okay.
Oh, so sweet. I am Hera, the Princess of Peace, and this is Rainbow Dot of the pony-marked Cumulus House.
Okay. I'm Richard.
Richard. Oh, I thought your name...
What did you think my name was?
Well, you know, I just figured that your name would be...
What?
Pikachu?
Oh, my fucking name was gonna be Pikachu. Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
Why don't you drop that bigotry out in the wasteland while you're out there, all right?
I'm so sorry.
Another Pikachu comes out. He's like, oh, hey, Otto, I was looking for you. He says, yo, what's up, Richard?
Are you guys from Queens? You sound like you're from Queens.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Hey, I calls him like I sees him.
Okay, I respect that.
There's an aisle where they have all the princess dolls. We call that place Queens.
Sounds chill.
I'm just down on one soft knee, telling Baxter how beautiful he is and how loved he is.
Mm-hmm. As you do that, you probably don't hear this, and everyone else would hear him looking. He goes, "Oh, think she thinks I was talking about the little homunculus. Anyway, he says, all right, we're all set up here. You guys ride out. Then he just goes over and puts a hand on each of the two rats. Says, Jesse, James, love you guys. Kiss, kiss. All right, come back to daddy when you're done. You guys make sure they come back. You get into trouble, you cut them loose. You die, you cut them loose, okay? If with your last breath, you cut them loose, they don't come back. I will find you with the afterlife, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do.
For their safety, I promise.
Okay, I'm trusting you with that. Otherwise, you're going to be the princess of a piece of my foot in your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nailed it, brother.
Nice.
All right.
You are cute, so I will allow it.
All right.
Pat his head.
I will refrain from shocking you this time. Now, anyways, good luck, I guess.
We shall not require luck. We go with Miss Alex's blessing.
Sure, whatever.
A little one.
You see Otto just standing over there. He's like, "No, she fucking just called you little one, dog." And he's like, "Yeah, what?" And he's like, "Oh, you fucking roasted." And then you guys make your way out. So yeah, this skiff is very simple to drive. The rats are trained. Someone just has to be at the helm, mushing them to steer them in the direction you want to go. But yeah. So, I'm just going to move back to the neutral screen because we're long gone out of here. So, you guys head off into the wasteland towards the edge of aisle 7, teetering on aisle 8. As you move further and further away from Light Society, you may feel a little uneasy, but you don't actually see anything. At least not for a while. Who is driving the skiff, by the way?
I would suggest that that he who remains, or those who remain, drives the skiff, as he seems to have an affinity for the smaller creatures of the world.
I would take no exception to this.
You would do it, Breach.
Being a collection of smaller things himself.
Yeah, and I imagine your horse just gallops along beside you.
Oh, yeah.
It can keep up. Rainbow Dot can keep up pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
So, pitter patter of rat feet and horse hooves on the sand, flash ash, carry you out into the distance. Eventually, after almost a full day, the sun outside is starting to go down, but like there's not really day-night cycles inside. Like the only reason this store even it does have power. There are like big what's the word I'm looking for? Fluorescent lights, thank you, up in the sky, which seem a lot harsher here because there's just no cover anywhere than the rest of the store. Not that you guys would know this, but they're powered by solar panels, which have still remained active after all these years. You guys head off into the Ashen Wasteland, and the sun's going down outside, so it gets a little darker, but still lit up enough for you to see. But you do see, very fringe, near one of the old abandoned shelving units, what looks like a fortress, but if it was made by people who do not know how to make things. This very big time barbarian fortress vibes for sure. And that is likely your destination.
It seems we draw nearer to our goal. Prepare yourselves.
Does that count as a long rest, being on the skiff?
It can for everyone who, except for the person who's driving it.
Yeah, I would like to get my spells back.
Yeah, I don't need it. So I will definitely be fine with that. I don't need the rest.
Sure.
Take my hit die back then.
I only spent one spell, and
yeah,
I get my wild shapes on short rest.
I forgot to mention this. That staff that's that the Baron of Bone gave you is a wand of magic missile.
Oh, okay.
It has 20 charges.
Sick.
and it can also be used as a catalyst or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah. So, what's the plan? You guys, I imagine, pause for a moment on a nearby sand dune. The rats stop growing restless.
I'd like to take in the scene. I want to see who's outside or who's visible from our perch that might be guarding this place, or any patrols that might be around.
Yeah, you can roll a perception check.
Excellent.
Just to see what you can see for sure.
My perception is wild.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because you
got eyes everywhere.
I have to. So I get advantage on this because I'm using a sight-based perception.
Mm-hmm.
And then
20/20 vision, baby.
Hell yeah.
So you guys pause, and I imagine maybe step off the skiff and take a look. And you see this dilapidated fortress made up of all these old like electronics boxes and that kind of thing. You do not see any movement.
Just in case this does matter, I can see invisible creatures up to 120 feet.
Very cool. The fact remains, you do not see any movement. You don't see any creatures. You don't see anything or anyone moving around. But one thing you do see with a 20, you see a lot of tire tracks. Obviously, it's hard to tell which direction they're going or coming from, but you can presume as this is their base, they're probably going. You see a lot of tire tracks in the northern direction, which is like deeper into aisle 8. And also with your 20 perception, just because of being a druid and all that stuff, you would be smart enough to know that tracks don't tend to last long in the wasteland, because often they are covered up by wind and that kind of thing. So it's likely that whoever was here left very recently. That said, there's no guarantee that everyone's gone, but a large group left recently.
It appears that if there's any time to approach the base, this would be the time. They're at their they have just recently had members leave this place. We can investigate and hopefully speak to them and see if we can't barter ourselves a few D batteries. Are you prepared, friends? Then let us ride. I'll mush on Jesse and James to a location. I want to try to find a place where I can like have them hide while we're doing this.
You can find a sand dune and like put them on the other side of it, so that like if anyone was in the area of the fortress looking out, they wouldn't be able to see them. And just like kind of stake the skiff to the ground so that they can't like run off or anything.
Yeah.
But again, they're trained, so they're not going to run off unless being mushed or
I'm less concerned about them running off and more about them getting spotted.
Yeah.
So I will. I probably wouldn't even stake them down just in case they do need to run, that they could just dip out of here.
Sure.
And then from there, I will turn to the others and I'll say, we generally prefer a direct approach. Are there any among us who take exception to this?
Right to the point, man. That's the way I do it too.
Then we shall, and I'll start walking towards the. Do I see like a door entrance, like any sort?
You see a couple of different entrances for sure. You see one that's kind of like a main entrance into what looks like like a garage. Not really a garage, but like a big open area, likely where vehicles and that kind of thing would be parked. And then you see a couple other like small entrances that just go directly into the structure itself.
I think we'll go to the main entrance. We're not trying to hide ourselves, so we'll just head down the main entrance. I'll pull from my burlap sack like a bunch of like the small bricks, like I'll put in the line and I'll snap them together to just form a quarterstaff that I'll use to sort of as a walking stick as we walk in.
For sure. So you guys hide the skiff and you begin making your way over. Real quick, whoever would like to, and you can do so with advantage because you're doing it as a group. Someone should roll a either survival or stealth, just in terms of like hiding your mode of transportation here.
I got a +6 for my stealth.
Then your best because I have 4 of survival.
Cool. So roll that with advantage. Cool. 12's not terrible. But I mean, it's a challenging thing to do, so makes sense. All right, so you hide as best you can, and you start making your way in. We're at the top of our 3rd hour here, so this is a perfect spot to take our final break of the evening. So we're going to take 5, rehydrate, and then we'll be right back, gang.
Everybody hang tight.
Hell yeah,
Joke's on you. I never hydrate.
Fun playmate.
She's baby rollerblade and she's skating your way with her bobbing ponytails and her real rollerblade. She's just so she's your cool friend, always loves to play. No one can believe it when she cruises her way. Get around now, baby rollerblade. Get around now, baby rollerblade. She gets around.
Baby Rollerblade, the doll with genuine rollerblade inline skates, only from Mattel. Batteries not included.
Scientific research has harnessed the power of the distant sun to bring you Solar Cat.
It changes colors in the sun.
Inside it's this, outside it's that. It changes colors and it changes back. Nickelodeon, Solar Cat.
Space explorers are stunned.
It changes colors in the sun.
Inside it's this, outside it's that.
The Cat Cup tomorrow, today.
Nickelodeon, Solar Cat. Nickelodeon Solar Cat comes in 3 colors, each sold separately from Mattel.
They're the cutest sky dancers yet! Wow, tiny little sky dancers! They're the sky dancers, wow, the tiniest ones I've ever met! Even tiny baby animals, too. Nice hat, sky dancers, pup. But now it's time to fly. Up, up, up!
They're the teeniest, tiniest sky dancers. New Sky Dancers Fairy Flyers, each with adorable little launchers.
They're so small, I can collect them all. Sky dancers fly just for me.
New Sky Dancers Fairy Flyers, dolls and launcher sets each sold separately. New from Galoo.
Soon all the Joes will be mine! Never thrown down! The Joes attack with battlecopters and air commandos that really fly! But Cobra counterattacks, so the Joes unleash Ninja Force with real ninja action! There's Storm Shadow, Nunchuck, and Shebang! But Cobra's got Slice and Dice! Joe and Cobra Ninja Force battlecopters and air commandos sold separately! Cobra's finished!
No, we've only just begun.
The game where you've got to sneak into the kitchen for a snack without waking Daddy. Land on a noise, and you have to press Daddy's alarm clock. Will he wake up?
Wake Daddy. Don't wake Daddy. From Parker Brothers. The doctor will see you now.
Pet Dr. Barbie knows just what to do. Puppy's got a broken leg and Kitty's got the flu.
He sounds so real.
Barbie wraps Puppy's leg, makes Kitty feel like new. Now they're feeling frisky and wanna play with you.
What a great doctor.
I wanna be a pet doctor too. Pet Dr. Barbie doll comes with a cute puppy and kitty and a basket that makes real pet sounds.
Don't feed Pumbaa too many bugs.
Watch out!
He's feeding me Pumbaa.
Hey, my chicken!
Don't lift his tail. You think that's funny, huh? He's feeding me Pumbaa.
He's a gas. He's elephant, the elephant seen him float.
Butterflies everywhere, watch them go!
Oinkers shrunk up to the sky.
Boy, they're tickly little guys!
It's Elephant, the butterfly blowing elephant game. Grab your nets and catch as many as you can. Catch the most and you win.
Everywhere you look, there's butterflies. Catch it with your nets when you see them floating by.
And I'll slip them in again and blow them out! I'm Elephant the elephant!
Okay, Gretzky, it's just you and me. Let's see what you got.
Yes, to Gretzky. Shoot! Score!
Lucky shot.
Score! Gretzky! Gretzky's really making himself look bad tonight.
Crash checking? Come on, didn't you
see that? Throw him in the box!
Gretzky 98 3D hockey. As real as it gets without racing up.
I wish my violin was an electric guitar. I wish my jungle gym was really a jungle.
When you wish on a treasure troll, who knows what might happen? Treasure trolls are the only trolls that have a jewel in their tummy that you can wish on. What would you wish for?
I wish training wheels were better trainers.
Treasure trolls, with a jewel you can wish on. From Ace.
Hold on to your seat. Wow! These Micro Machines are bigger. They're new Star Wars action fleet vehicles from Micro Machines. All action-sized. For more Luke Skywalker action.
X-Wing, X-Mode.
More Darth Vader action.
It's an air attack.
They're to the max.
Vader, Lord Vader.
The Star Wars action fleet with Rebel and Imperial forces all ready for battle. New action size for Star Wars adventures straight from the movies. New Micro Machines Star Wars action fleet vehicles with 2 action figures each sold separately. New from Galoob.
Now we can make Happy Meals at home. Yeah!
Make your own Happy Meals. Tasty snacks that look so real. Fun to make, fun to eat. Looks like burgers and french fries. It can't be beat. Make them, share them, so much fun. McDonald's Happy Meal Magic.
With the Happy Meal Magic snack makers, you can turn everyday foods into delicious snacks.
The Happy Meal Snack Maker set comes with everything you see here. Ingredients not included, assembly required. New from Mattel.
What's for lunch?
Hey, we're back.
Hey, what's up, gamers? We've returned. All right. So to pick right back up where we left off, you guys are headed into this melted fortress. Now, as you get in, you definitely, as you get closer, you see signs of life, people living here, existing here. But you don't see anyone around. As you move, so you're going in through the main big entrance, right? So yeah, you walk through and you find yourselves in like a courtyard where clearly there are signs that like vehicles and stuff have been parked here. But you don't see any vehicles present, so clearly they're out somewhere doing something. On the back end of this courtyard, you notice that the building is no longer cardboard, but actually plastic. Like it looks like it came from some type of playset. Like this is clearly like an actual structure made of plastic, but it's really big. It's hard to tell exactly what, because there's so much other crap on the outside of it, and it kind of like blends into like the parts that are made out of cardboard and boxes and that kind of thing. But parts of this, there's some type of central plastic unit in here anyway. So you guys are looking for D batteries. Unless anyone wants to do anything else first, you can roll for me a what is it? What am I saying?
Investigation?
Search? Investigation. God, 3.5.
I'll do that shit.
Still lives in my brain.
Search, baby.
Yeah, and anyone who wants to can do this, but if you want to do anything else, please let me know.
DM, are we making a search, a listen, or a spot? The 2 separate skills we have for fucking...
I'm actually going to need a knowledge nobles check.
No, nobility. That'll be the first time.
Right. Okay. 22 is real good. Your Dolly is a crafty person, so you kind of know how the organization of something like this goes. 15 is also quite good. To you, it would make sense. Like, okay, well, where would I keep batteries if I was going to keep them? I would probably keep them somewhere accessible to the courtyard, which would probably mean it's through one of these areas. So you're just going to like poke your head in each of these connecting doors, and the direction of where the building becomes a little bit more plastic and stuff, you actually you see a lot of tools and stuff in this area, so that leads you guys in there, and you're like, okay, this is the logical place for something like this to be. And you see a bunch of batteries just kind of kicking around in the corner of what's effectively like a hangar. There's some vehicles in here that are being worked on as well. You also see like a weapon rack against one of the walls that has various different weapons mounted on it. and a lot of them are makeshift and kind of taken from other sets and that kind of thing, and nothing in here is in really good condition. But towards the back end, some stacks of AA, AAA batteries, and you see, kind of haphazardly, not really stored properly, you see 3 big ass D batteries, and they're large, like a D battery proportionate to the size of an action figure. It would basically be like an oil drum proportionate to like your average human. They're big, but there's 3 of them within plain sight.
Would Rags be able to carry one if I strapped it to him?
Probably.
I would ask him if he's okay with it.
He would give you a nod.
All right, I will use my hempen thread to attach one of them to him.
Sure.
We will. We'll say we will transform into a more fitting shape for transportation, though it is difficult for us to communicate in this form. And I will transform back into the dire wolf.
Yep.
Which will take my strength up from my normal 10 to a 17, which I imagine would be good enough to carry one of these things.
Yeah. And there's definitely... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying from my little knapsack I carry with me, I'll pull out some hempen thread of my own.
Yeah, and there's room on the skiff to probably tie down 2. If you wanted to take the 3rd one, you could, but it would either have to go on the back of Rainbow Dot, or if you want to stay as a wolf, you could probably carry it, or you have to figure something else out.
We need you to drive.
Yeah, well, I have to drive. Yeah. Can Rainbow Dot carry that? What's Rainbow Dot's strength?
As long as there's not another person.
Are you going to ask Rainbow Dot if they would like to carry something for you?
Yes. Rainbow Dot, would you mind carrying the final battery?
Please?
I'll finish
okay, fine, I'll
braiding
do
your
it.
hair later.
Okay.
In the way that you like it, with the fishnet.
Yes. You are the best at that. I suppose this is amiable.
If this place is kind of like haphazard and messy, I'm just going to spend this time cleaning up.
Sure.
I can try and load the 3rd one onto Rainbow Dot.
Yeah, and then I will tie the last one to myself, at least to transport it out to the skiff.
Rainbow Dot, Rags, and those that remain can carry them out, and you can strap 2 of them there. And then the one that's on Rainbow Dot will just stay on him. Yeah, and these things are quite heavy. But I mean, Rainbow Dot's a warhorse; he can handle it. As you guys are doing this, can I get everyone to make a perception check, if you would be so kind?
Is this based off of?
This is based off of hearing.
All right, so I actually will still get advantage because I'm in my dire wolf form.
That's true.
I want everyone to know that I have a +7 to perception.
Oh shit! I don't use that. Sorry,
I
keep my mental stats.
And I got 16.
Sorry, I keep my mental stats, so I roll the perception here.
Hell yeah, 20 is very good. Also, Doxy, you can roll for Rags as well.
Okay.
Because he is present and hanging out.
Baxter is also hanging out.
That's true. You can roll for Baxter as well if you want.
I don't know how to roll for these guys.
So if you go,
they get the same as me.
Sure. I'll show you how to do it after, but yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
So both NC and those who remain pick up on this. NC, you hear, you're not even really sure what you hear at first. It sounds like a voice almost, but like there's a lot of movement happening. People are like kind of strapping stuff to other stuff and making a bit of a ruckus. So you don't really make out exactly what you're hearing at first. And you really stop and listen. You're like, wait, is someone speaking? You hear this right away. Ironically, you're the one person who cannot communicate with words, but you hear a voice. Those that remain hears a voice which says, "Who are you? Who is here?" And then NC, when you stop and really listen, you hear the same voice saying, "Why have you come?" And it's very wistful and raspy. It's really hard to tell where it's coming from.
You see us sort of like stick our nozzle in the air, like we're listening intently.
I listen harder. I feel like I would know if I like spend a bunch of time with Remy that.
Yeah, I mean, assuming that you notice Remy doing this, and also assuming NC that you like tell people that you've heard something.
Yeah. I think it's the cops.
If everyone quiets down, like stops what they're doing, there's no check required for this. You can all now plainly hear a quiet voice. Sounds almost somewhat digital in a way, saying, "What are you doing?"
We're saving all of toy kind.
You are stealing from us.
Stealing? This place is deserted.
This is petty theft at best.
What'd you say? The garage door leading into this area like slams shut.
Oh no, it's a play set.
And you hear this voice again saying, Who is there?"
I'm Dolly. This is Rags. This is Baxter. These are my new friends. NC and Hurrah. And this is my old friend. These are my old friends. I'm so sorry. Remy.
Remy is currently growling in that same awful noise that sounds like a couple of the blocks of a blender inside him.
Oh, no.
You have come to steal.
No, to save.
That's what they all say.
We would be happy to barter or negotiate.
Absolutely.
If you steal, I will be the one who pays the price.
Well, we certainly can't have that now, can we?
I do not want to hurt you. You should leave.
Why don't you tell me what's wrong? Come on now.
You will force my hand. If you merely walk away and leave those batteries behind, no one will have any problem. I will not tell them you were here.
Tell who?
The ones who reside within these walls. I will pay severely if you are allowed to escape. I do not wish harm upon you.
Where are you?
I am everywhere.
So you can't come with us then?
Unfortunately, that is not possible.
What's your name?
My name has not been spoken in many years. There was once a time, there were those who called me Metro.
I'm going to nudge Dolly and sort of point my nose at the vehicle. So like, let's go.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Metro, but we have to go and we have to take these. Or we can't save anyone.
You can feel the building kind of like shudder somewhat, quaking a little bit. And then it stops. It says, if you are determined to steal from them, I will have no choice but to try and stop you. Or if they return, I will be blamed. There's nothing you could possibly do to me compared to what they will do.
Well, why don't we just stay and speak with them? I'm sure we can come to some sort of reasonable trade here.
You have not met any of the melted before, have you?
Oh, but they're just toys who have been through some hard times.
Also, if anyone would like to, they can roll for me a perception check since you guys have been looking around. This is reliant on sight.
Can I do an investigation instead?
No, because this is just noticing something. This isn't really
Okay.
taking time to spot something. This is just spotting something. You guys all rolled really well. This is something you all see, but as you're saying this, Aaron, you notice in the ground, like the floor of this place, there are components that definitely are not made of plastic and were definitely not part of whatever original playset this is. There are like deadbolts drilled through the ground, securing whatever this set is into the floor.
Can I go to one of the deadbolts and try to like unscrew it?
Sure. You go up to make a strength check.
I'm not gonna
I am
physically stop her, but I will like grab like as she's walking away. I'm gonna grab like the back of her clothes in my maw and then like release her instantly just to kind of like get her attention. And I shake my head and like no, don't.
Good boy.
You with a 14, you don't just yank it out, but you pull and you're like, there's a little bit of give there. If you take a minute, you could probably pull up this bolt. There are others like it, but you could probably get them out if you really wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoa, that's fascinating.
Or do that thing where like I put my
fighting.
head on I do that thing where I put my head on the ground, like cover my eyes with the my paws.
You do that and you just hear this voice say, wait, what are you doing?
I think I might try to go after one too then.
I'm not quite sure yet. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here.
Need
Maybe
some
do a
help?
little, maybe do a little bit of cleaning up before these people come back home. This place seems to be a little bit in tatters, no offense, but I think you just need a little bit of help.
What do you think, Rennie?
I'm still like growling.
You would see my bonds undone.
Well, sure.
Would that save you?
It would certainly allow me to escape this place.
Hell yeah, brother.
I start twisting another.
Sure, yeah. You guys start unscrewing these bolts, or these screws rather. 20 is definitely enough to just like pull it out.
My strength is very bad, but
And you can use an artificer tools for this as well. I
Okay.
imagine you could probably fashion something that would pretty quickly allow you to just.
I renamed them some Tinker Toys.
Yeah, but same difference. This is
Knowing-
definitely one of those situations where you could probably do that.
I'm gonna
it's
see if
Tinker's
any of these
tools, my
guys
bad.
need. Is there any other bolts that
supposed
aren't
to
being
have-
currently?
There's a bunch in here.
Advantage with those,
There's
sorry.
like 2 in this room, 2 in the next room.
Then I'm gonna start grabbing one of them and unscrewing as well.
Cool. So you guys start pulling up all these bolts, and you hear this voice echoing through the chamber once again, just saying, "Why? Why do this? Why risk yourselves for my benefit?"
Well, Sasha and her mother would talk a lot about kindness and how you should always take the opportunity to be kind to others.
I do not know who Sasha is, but she sounds very wise.
She's the one who played with me. She was very wise.
And you guys go around, you pull out a total of 8 of these bolts, and eventually you hear this voice just say, "Very well, take what you will, and then be gone.
That's the plan.
I will escape this place due to your actions. You have
Go
my
west
thanks."
to the kindergarten.
I thought kindergarten was a mere myth.
I've been there. It's wonderful. So many children.
Perhaps we will see each other again someday.
I pray we do.
I place like a paw on the building, just like gently, and I sort of do like that dog thing, like I nuzzle up against it, and then turn about, which I imagine is super unpleasant because I'm made of fucking blocks.
It makes like a nasty scratching sound.
Yeah, like.
I knock gently on the garage door, and I'm like, if you don't mind.
All right, sorry. And the door opens up, and you are free to go.
I'm gonna try to carry as many of the bolts as I can.
Yeah, totally.
Free bolts, guys.
I'll open my messenger bag and be like, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You get these like super long bolts. It says, I will await until you are a safe distance away, and then I will make my exit. And yeah, you guys all gather up these batteries, you grab those bolts, jam them in your bag, get outside, you start like attaching them to the skiff. And then you feel like the earth start to quake somewhat. And you see the back part of this building where this individual was, it starts to like uproot itself and parts start moving and connecting until eventually it turns into a humanoid shaped robot, which stands relatively about 60-70 feet tall. And I don't know, some of you who are familiar with the artwork on boxes might recognize this as Metroplex, famously the biggest transformer. The toy that every kid wanted for Christmas that like only the 2 richest kids in town ever got, because these things are literally $1,000. And he just transforms into this giant robot, looks down towards you guys, gives you like one of these, and then just starts clomping his way through the aisle, making his way far into the distance.
I think we need to pick up the pace and get out of here.
I give like a little dog bow.
Hell yeah.
And as we like go to get back on the thing, I'll transform back. Like I like leap at the car and like midair, I like unsplinter and reform into like the humanoid shape before landing on the vehicle. I'm actually pretty big for a toy.
When he does this.
Yeah, I gotta see. Like, I feel like that was very intimate. Something I shouldn't have seen. Like, I feel like I should apologize to him for having witnessed that.
He does it in front of me all the time. They do it in front of me all the time.
This is a humorous statement you have made, but I should preempt that we are individual creatures that form a whole to make ourselves stronger.
I saw a couple holes. Ugh.
Our shape is defined only by our need. You will see this transformation many times during our tenure together. Hopefully, many more times after we have arrived at kindergarten. Though it is
all right.
I have been told that in a place such as kindergarten, there will be heralds there that will reshape me to their desires. And you see just like a momentary quiet as like I sit and think on that, and I say,
"It's like word."
I just love how dour my character is and how just fucking not everyone is.
Word up.
I love it so much.
It's great.
So you guys get on the skiff. Rainbow Dot has the battery strapped in. You have the other 2 batteries strapped to the back of the skiff. You Mush and Jesse and James take flight across the sands, going back in the direction, not literally, going back in the direction of the electronics department.
One day, Jesse and James, I believe
right?
in you. You can grow bangs.
You guys travel for quite some time.
Give them bangs.
And you go up over a sand dune, do a sick jump, land, keep going. Yeah. And then you do hear something. something for the first time since you've been in this silent wasteland. The only thing I can describe it as, it sounds like a jet. You know when a jet like breaks the sound barrier, you hear that like that just sit back. You see like way high up in the air something fly across, going in the opposite direction of where you just came from. And then nothing. That's ominous, perhaps you might think. But some time goes by. After about another couple of hours, I think the first person to notice this would probably actually be Rainbow Dot. Since you're controlling the rats, Remy, you get this like feeling where you're like something's weird. Like they picked up the pace a little bit without you even really like doing anything about that. And you see Remy look over, or sorry, you see Rainbow Dot look over in the direction of the party on the skiff. And he almost opens his mouth as if he's about to say something, and then you notice what he's picked up on as well, which is there's like a slight trembling across the sand that was not there moments ago. And I want to say almost in unison as a party, you all look to the south, and coming over this sand dune, cresting across the top, you see a massive big rig painted brilliant blue and red with like flame decals on the side of it, half of it like melted and burned and scarred all across its side, with a police car and like a Mustang on its flank, both equally burned and damaged. In the air, flying above them, that same jet, and you just hear this ungodly sound coming from the horn of this vehicle as it gains on you. And you're being pursued by someone or something. You hear a very garbled robotic voice say, "Autobots, destroy!" And they start gunning at flames blasting out of the exhaust of these vehicles.
That's not the line.
And that is where we end for today. We will pick this game up next week with a high-speed chase across the sands.
So fucking good.
Will we pick this game up next week?
Why wouldn't we?
Because you're leaving to
On
come
Wednesday?
here. We will pick this game up next week.
In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. That was a lot of fun. Start of a new campaign. Woo. Now, if all of you lovely people want to pimp out your stuff and talk about what you're up to, let's do it. Starting, I guess, with Eric. If you want to go ahead and talk about your YouTube channel, tell these lovely people where they can find you.
Twitch.tv / Twitch Games. You see me in the chat there. Go and follow me. I generally do just variety games with my friend on Saturday nights and random streams throughout. Very soon I'm going to be starting the third annual Soulsborne race with my friend, a yearly tradition on my channel where we're going to just race. I'm gonna race one of my buddies through all the Dark Souls games. So come watch me. I get pretty drunk. I get very bad at that game, and all the funniest shit I've said in my life has happened during those races.
Kanye West is a fact.
For our YouTube audio and Facebook viewers, that's TWEETCH Games. Twitch Games.
Very true. Very cool. Aaron, other half of Twitch Games, why don't you talk about stuff?
I also stream on Eric's channel, Twitch Games, and I am currently playing through Pokemon Snap, which is really fun and very relaxing, and a lot of me going, "Oh, what's that? Oh, look at this."
Biffing apples at stuff.
Just lobbing, just chucking apples at these poor Pokemon's head.
Just caving in
that's what I
Pokemon's head
do.
with apples. Hell yeah.
If you
In between, probably. Yeah, it's been nice to do Pokemon Snap like in between the Nuzlocke.
Absolutely.
Chooch.
Cool. Yeah, Dan. Chooch. What up?
I'm at Franiel Donna on all the things. Floodwater 2022 is a go. We got a lot of really cool things we're working on, some partnerships possibly that are going to make next year very, very exciting.
Hell yeah.
That's dope.
Sick. Before I get into it, Doxy, is there anything you want to talk about specifically about our channel and our stuff?
I'm addicted to Dead by Daylight right now. So anytime I'm playing by myself, you can expect a lot of Dead by Daylight. That's it. I'm obsessed. Nikki Touchlebones for life.
Hell yeah. Cool. Well, that's pretty much it then. Thank you guys all so much for joining us today on the start of this brand new journey. And thank all of you guys for joining me today as our lovely cast of players. I really like all these characters, and I'm excited to continue this game.
Yeah,
it's
really a fun campaign.
Truly, it is my pleasure.
Can I just say how much I love Baxter?
Oh, yeah, Baxter's chill. He's a good boy. You got to make the homunculi creepy cute, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So for those of you who are highly anticipating some more hot D&D action, we will be here next Tuesday, same time, same place. That is 8 Central on this channel. And for those of you who want to check out non-D&D stuff, we'll be back tomorrow. We're here every Monday to Friday, 1 to 8 Central time.
Monday is Josiah's solo day. Friday is my solo day. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit of Josiah's solo day because I have to get my car fixed before we drive it to Canada.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, so tomorrow we've been playing It Takes Two, which is a really fun co-op game. So we're going to probably continue that tomorrow. And then once that's over, I don't know what I'm going to do in the afternoon. We'll probably play Zelda or something. Who knows? We'll see. But point is, we're here every day, all week, except for Saturday, Sunday, weekdays. Come hang out. Otherwise, we'll catch you next week for more D&D action. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.